Lonely nights, huh? I'll tell you who's having a lot of lonely nights lately. It's our friend Ronnie Khan. How you doing there, Ron? Oh my God, this show sucks! It sucks! It sucks! If you need any more reason why it sucks, we're going off tonight. We got a mini tournament going on for the AEW World Championship. But then Tony Khan gives Brody King an eliminator match to earn the right to wrestle MJF. The Young Bucks are coming back bigger and better than ever. We got Davis and Doyle for the tag team titles. I know, exhilarating stuff. I know, exciting. It's unbelievable. And Andrade apparently is having more fun with this unidentified woman in the front row than he is wrestling for AEW. Ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie is very upset tonight. I mean, just look at those ratings and the demos in the 18 to 49 demographic. We'll talk about it. We're going to the venue tonight. Jesse's with me. And I got one question for you on this Wednesday night. What the fuck are you guys drinking? Let's get Ronnie an old-fashioned, huh? We'll see him over there. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for January 28th, 2026. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining us on this Wednesday evening, wherever you may be. Joined by the one and only, the man who has no multiple burner accounts, the one and only Shottown Smart himself. Jesse, what's going on, brother?
I limit my burner accounts, sir. I don't have too many of them.
No, you don't have too many of them, bro. Do you have as many as Tony Khan?
I don't know what you're talking about. What am I missing here, man?
One of Tony Khan's many burners has been exposed.
Oh, yeah? How'd that happen? What happened?
Mr. Nick LoPiccolo, the agent to the stars over in WWE, he exposed Tony Khan's multiple burner accounts.
By doing what?
By investigating and taking these steps necessary over multiple months of harassment.
I'm expecting a smoking gun here because I can get on Twitter right now and say you have burner accounts. So
I don't have any burner accounts. I don't even want to be on there with my original account.
Well, then how do we know this guy's telling the truth? What happened? What did he find? I want to know. What did he find?
Well, I have it in the iPad, bro. We're gonna go over it. I'm just it's the intro, man. Don't jump my fucking don't get into my fucking DMs already over here asking for the real story.
I'm not saying anyone's lying. I just heard nothing about the story. I want to know what he found. Like, what's the smoking gun?
Oh well, we'll go over it. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But it's harassment. Right. Apparently there were bot accounts and Tony Khan burner accounts that were harassing Nick LoPiccolo and his 5-year-old daughter.
And his 5-year-old daughter?
Yes.
Wait, why the fuck is his 5-year-old daughter on social media?
Well, he posted a picture of his 5-year-old daughter because they attended Evolution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. She was having a good time. They got comp tickets to the show.
That's what you get. Don't put your fucking kids on social
media. I agree with that. I agree with that part.
But
Absolutely.
Still, I mean, don't put your kids on social media. B, why is he trolling a kid? What is wrong with him?
I don't know. The guy's got problems.
What the hell, man?
The guy's got problems. This show has problems, bro.
Bro, you say you don't want to use your account. You use your account 400,000 times more than I do. I don't want to use my social media account.
Yes.
At all.
I'm aware.
Period.
I'm aware.
So I don't get people wanting burners. You want 2 of these? Man, please, man.
Can you imagine that man multiple two accounts on X, bro, operating 2 accounts? Imagine Tony operating like 18.
You really got to care what people think. You really have to care what people think.
Well, Tony cares. And then he does nothing to change the show. He cares, but he doesn't do anything to change the show.
Man. I don't get it, man. I don't know. It's the day and age we live in, though. Everybody lives for clicks and likes and reposts.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Jesse's an asshole.
Yeah.
Close.
Yep. That's all you need to say.
Close. I mean, and then you're out of my life.
One guy complained to me today because I commented under Pat McAfee's post because apparently Brock Lesnar declared for the Royal Rumble via a FaceTime phone call to Pat McAfee on the Pat McAfee show today. So I'm like, how lazy do you have to be to call in to declare for the Royal Rumble via a fucking FaceTime live on Pat McAfee's show? Now, people were telling me, do you complain about everything, man? I don't see what the big deal is here. So obviously, I got to make people look like a bunch of fucking idiots. So I'm like, did you watch Monday Night Raw where Adam Pearce physically told Finn Balor that there were no more spots in the Royal Rumble, and then all of a sudden on Wednesday afternoon, Brock Lesnar declared for the Royal Rumble in a Royal Rumble where we were told there were no more spots for Finn Balor?
He could have booked that spot for Brock, and Brock just didn't announce it yet.
Sure. But they didn't think that far ahead.
Easily.
So this is what I argued with, and I was contemplating why I even jumped on the platform today. I'm like, this is the brain rot of social media. Can't put 2 and 2 together.
Oh my God, dude.
Lesson learned, folks. Stay off of it, please. And Tony, stay off of it, man. Ron Burgundy or whatever the fuck your other aliases are, stay off of it. Wow. Anyway, man, how you doing? How'd you like tonight's show from Austin, Texas tonight?
Wait, sorry. Hi guys. I don't think the show was as bad as I'm sure you are going to say it was. So,
was it better than last week? You're asking me? Yes, it was better than last week.
Yeah, it was better than last, but that's not saying.
Well, that doesn't really mean much of anything. The bar is very low here.
It is. I will agree to that. Again, I'm always here to be as impartial as I can.
Objective.
I am. And I'm here quite often saying that the show is bad because it's bad. It really is bad, but today wasn't as, egregious as it was the last couple of weeks, Could it have been better? Leagues better, I liked a couple of surprises we got. I liked the Ciampa popping up. I like him in the open challenge spot. The only thing I can see going wrong is him not winning, and that will be an epic goddamn fail.
It is definitely a downgrade.
Yes.
It's a downgrade because we know where he came from and we know how vital he was to a specific brand, and he will not even come close to that here in AEW.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how they plan on using him. We'll see. I'll benefit of the doubt type deal.
We will see. The history of this company does not bode well, but we will certainly see because Ciampa is fucking great.
He is incredible.
Yeah.
He is incredible. He does have a long history of health issues. So hopefully he takes it easy.
Yes.
And he can finish off his career strong. But outside of that, this guy's main event material here. So let's just see if he gets to that level. And wherever I see Ciampa, I'm also looking for Gargano and Candice. So now I'm wondering what their contract situation is like.
Yeah, I talked about this with Salamanca last night. I do think that I don't want to put words in their mouth, but I think Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae would deem themselves creatively unhappy in WWE whenever their deals are up. I know Triple H loves both of these guys. I feel like Johnny probably is going to be on his way out the door. If he sees Ciampa making more money than he was in WWE and just being creatively free, I could see Johnny Gargano leaving WWE.
And that's why I'm thinking that Ciampa, if nothing else, has a leg up to be treated well, because everybody knows that how he treats Ciampa is going to be a direct impact on if he gets Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae.
Yes, that's a very good way to look at it. But again, only time will tell. You can't really trust this company as far as you watch them on Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights, rather. You watch us, me and Jason, on Tuesday nights. How did you feel about the show overall, Jesse? What was the biggest takeaway for you? I know there was a lot of world title implications tonight. Confusing as fuck they were. I mean, we got 2 or 3 different fucking stories here. I didn't know which way we were going here. Explanations didn't really make sense. So, what did you want to start off with here as the biggest takeaway for tonight's show?
I like the ending where they kind of gave us a lot of different directions for the main event scene. Like you just said, there are multiple different stories going on at one time. It's kind of hard to keep up on what's going where and who's doing what, but stories. And not only that, stories in the main event picture. We got MJF as a wanted man. We got people coming at him left and right. Andrade's on the uprise. He gets approached by Kenny Omega. Hangman is still stalking him. The man has got concerns because he has big time contenders all in his grill. My only concern is none of them are real problems for him because he just won that title, and I can't see MJF losing it that fast. So I hope this is not a big everybody all together in a fatal 5-way type match and then they're all out of the fucking pit. I hope this is just a prelude to the slew of feuds that could be coming up for MJF in order. I don't want to see all these guys in one goddamn match all get buried by MJF at once. So that's what I'm hoping to not see. You got Brody King on the horizon. We all know where that's going, so I don't know, but I do like the fact that we're getting something that's starting to possibly maybe develop into a tangible main event story we can probably maybe sink our teeth into if they produce this the right way. So we shall
sure. I mean, the talent is there. You got MJF, you got Kenny Omega, you got Adam Page, you got Swerve Strickland. Samoa Joe was not on the show tonight. Commentary says he got injured training, so he's going to be out indefinitely. I don't know what happened there. But we got Omega, MJF, we got Swerve, we have Hangman, we have Andrade, and as of yesterday, Jason and I talked about Will Ospreay coming back. Apparently there is very good news on his diagnosis. He should be back hopefully by the spring is what AEW was hoping for, so that would add him to the mix. The problem is, and this is a very critical problem, and this is not me hating, this is just me calling out what I see on television. Tonight they announced a little mini tournament. For whatever reason, Swerve Strickland wrestled Andrade in the main event. Kenny Omega tonight wrestled Rocky Romero in the opening match. Exhilarating stuff, I know. So when Omega predictably beat Rocky Romero, Tony Schiavone got in the ring with his ugly as ass bright green neon sneakers. And he said, now with Kenny Omega beating Rocky Romero, he awaits the winner of Andrade and Swerve Strickland. The winner of this match goes on to Grand Slam Australia on February 14th, and then the winner of that match wrestles MJF at AEW Revolution in Los Angeles. So they made a mistake right there, because then we come to find out that it's not happening at Grand Slam Australia. It's happening next week. And then the winner of that match goes to Grand Slam Australia and wrestles God knows who for the right to wrestle MJF. That part we didn't get to. We didn't get that far. I don't think Tony Khan even knows what the fuck he's doing. So what you do, and what they did, Jesse, is they took Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, Andrade, and Rocky Romero, and put Rocky Romero in this little mini tournament. I don't know why he's there. I don't know what he's done to get a chance at wrestling for the World Championship. Kenny Omega says he wants to wrestle elite performers. Rocky Romero is not an elite performer. So they do this. They confuse the fuck out of everybody, and they make a mockery out of what they did last week with Kenny Omega saying he wants to wrestle elite performers. And on the very same show, if you remember, MJF said last week that Brody King needs to beat people, elite level performers, to be in consideration to wrestle MJF for the AEW World Championship. What do? They have Brody King supposedly go to Tony Khan, and next week it's Brody King versus MJF in an eliminator match. And if Brody King beats MJF, he gets an AEW World Championship match at a later date. And I'm very confused by this, and this is just prime example A that this company is creatively fucking lost. You had MJF come out last week and tell Brody King specifically he needs to beat people, and then this week you basically give him a match with the world champion in hopes that he beats the world champion to get a world championship title match. And at the same time, you have these guys wrestling their balls off, 3 of the 4 anyway, to earn the right to wrestle MJF at the pay-per-view. If it was that easy, why didn't everybody go to Tony Khan and ask for a fucking eliminator match? Bro, what the fuck are we doing here? Or am I just losing my mind and I shouldn't be complaining about this because it's pro wrestling and it's supposed to be hokey?
Now, it is pro wrestling. It is supposed to be hokey, but this is kind of what we do here. We break down the show. And I've never been a fan of eliminator matches. I do think it's just the height of stupidity in terms of long-term storytelling and booking. Nobody wins in any scenario because A, if you beat your champion, then you just beat your champion. So that's a problem right there. B, how is Brody King supposed to advance to the next level if you're going to have him losing to the champion and it's not even a championship match? You know, so it's already going to be a step back if he loses that. And if he wins, then your champion just looks weak and beatable. And you just 50-50 booked yourself because we all know he's not going to win the title. It's a lose-lose. You know, it's just not a good. And I mentioned this before last week. You know, it just feels like he's being shoehorned into the main event picture, and instead of organically working his way up the system, up the ladder, and getting to, you know, a match with MJF. I mean, if you don't mention it at all, you just low key, just don't have him go to MJF and have MJF tell him to go get wins and then come back, and then Brody King goes, just low key, give us a match on Dynamite. Brody King versus blah blah blah. Brody King wins. Okay, cool. You know, leave. Done. Thank you for coming tonight. See you next week. Next week, Brody King in a match against another. And I say X or blah, blah, blah. I mean, credible opponent, not a local enhancement talent, not fucking, you know, sombrero guy or whoever the fudge. Now, not the bad apple, not none of that. Just a quality opponent. Win and then move on. And then over time, then you start to tease it. Then Brody King passes this guy in the hallway, bumps into him, looks at his title, walks away. Easter egg, come back to it. Brody King get a pay-per-view match. It could be a fucking pre-show match. I don't care. Just what you're doing is you're planting the seed gradually, as opposed to he was in a tag team last week, and this week he's in the ring demanding a title match with MJF. You did it wrong. You did it wrong. You did nothing. Nothing was organically built. The guy's been in a tag team for the last couple of years. We need to get him reestablished in the singles division and make it feel like you are actually booking him strong as opposed to just shoving him in as a placeholder and another opponent for the world champion that's going to beat. So,
you want to know what Tony Khan does? This is a little fucking spoiler for you because nobody else in the community is going to tell you. He books in levels. It's exactly what he does. He did it with Kenny Omega tonight. He's never going to put Kenny Omega in a fucking match with anybody that gives off the perception that Kenny Omega can lose. He loves this booking where he's got to make half of everything he does predictable. I don't really understand it. Like, he won't put anybody in a major program with Brody King because he doesn't want Brody King to advance where he is right now. So he only books top guys against top guys, and then he makes a decision on who wins and who loses. And he always books top guys in these nothing matches to advance to a top guy situation and a top guy championship and a top guy story. He will never do what needs to be done and create competitive television between top guy versus top guy. I don't understand it. So why put Brody King in that situation to begin with? There's only two ways out of this now. He either beats MJF in a non-title match, which should absolutely never be the fucking case until MJF loses the championship to whomever's next. Or MJF beats Brody King and he cheats to win, and then we just run the rematch back for the world championship. Or you could go option C, and MJF beats Brody King clean, and he's a loser. And he goes right back to the back of the line with Bandito. So what's the point? What is the point? You're giving us this match for what reason? You're giving us this match why? I don't get it. And then on the same fucking show, you want to promote guys winning and having this competitive aspect to win to get to MJF, but then you want to give Brody King a match against the fucking champion because he went to Tony Khan and asked? Bro, you're insulting my intelligence at that point. That's not the way you conduct business. It's like, I don't know, it's like there's two different fucking people booking the show. You got one thing coming from one group of people, and then Tony Khan wants what he wants, and then they clash heads. What's the fucking point of all this?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, he books for the sickos. You know, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean at its core when he originally said it. Well, like, who exactly are the fucking sickos? I mean, when he first spewed that shit, because I would have done things differently. Okay, I would have done things drastically differently. I think he's got another big star on his hands in Brody King, but it's not a foregone conclusion. You're gonna have to do some building. You know, he'll get himself over. He's already over. You know what I'm saying? He's already over. You just need to really get him over that hump. I mean, other than people just barking when he comes out, creatively, you need to get him over that hump. And he's right there.
Bro, but they did not even fucking think about what they were doing tonight. They made this mini tournament. Mistake one, they put Rocky Romero in a competitive match when he didn't belong there. And they had Kenny Omega win. Then we have Swerve and Andrade. Now, Andrade beat Swerve, surprisingly, in the main event. So now he gets Kenny Omega. So they feel like, well, here are all the people complaining that Andrade attacked Kenny Omega, and they didn't really mention anything of it. Now we're going to give you the match. That's the only reason why they're doing it. It's the only reason why they had Andrade beat Swerve. Only reason. So now we got Omega and Andrade next week, which should be a great match because both guys are fucking great. So the winner of that match goes to Grand Slam Australia, and all they mentioned was someone's going to inch closer to MJF and the AEW World Championship at Revolution. Now, I'm assuming that there's going to be one final match there at Grand Slam Australia with the winner of that match on February 14th, which is laughable. I'll get to why it's laughable in a second. The winner of that match is going to wrestle MJF for the pay-per-view. Who is that going to be? Why didn't we get that other half tonight? Now, Adam Page is vying for the World Championship as well. Is it going to be the winner of Andrade and Kenny Omega versus Hangman on February 14th? Then I have a question of why didn't Hangman have to wrestle anybody? And why is he automatically wrestling whoever is wrestling these series of matches and coming out the winner? Why would Hangman be wrestling for the right to wrestle MJF when he's had to wrestle nobody up until this point? So what are we doing? They didn't even fill you in on who the fuck Kenny Omega or Andrade is going to be wrestling on February 14th. Who is it? Do they even know who it is?
Right.
so many questions coming out of this. Like, no thought process went into any of it. And it's just so fucking sloppy. And I don't know how anybody doesn't call this out. Your intelligence is being insulted.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's wrestling is not fun right now, man. It's just not fun. You know, I feel like I don't know about you. I can't speak for you or anybody else, but I feel like I have to force myself to sit and enjoy a wrestling program.
Bro, the Royal Rumble's happening on Saturday, and I'm not anywhere close to excited like I usually am for the Royal Rumble. And it's not me.
It's my favorite pay-per-view of
the
whole year.
It's not us.
Nope. It's just wrestling is not in a good spot right now. You know, everybody's always waiting to say, oh, wrestling is in a boom period. It's the big boom of pro wrestling. Everybody's waiting for that boom. And this is the absolute opposite, man. This is the polar opposite. It's just everything is at a lull. And we're entering WrestleMania season. This is supposed to be the best time of the year for us. It's been bad all year. We're supposed to be able to look forward to January, February, March for pro wrestling, and it's still not here yet. It's still not here.
Why are we giving Kenny Omega a rush to the World Championship? Don't you think Kenny Omega deserves a little bit more long, drawn-out story, a little bit more thought-provoking, a little bit more pro wrestling from the best bout machine? So he beats Rocky Romero. He'll beat Andrade. He'll beat unidentified somebody on February 14th and then get a match with MJF. Is that it? Why are we rushing to that match when out of all the competitors for the championship, MJF and Kenny Omega is legitimately the biggest match that you have right now outside of Will Ospreay when he comes back at Wembley? Why are we rushing to that? What is the haste to get Kenny Omega and MJF in the ring? Don't you think that deserves a little bit more story? Don't you think that deserves a little bit more, I don't know, he wants to wrestle and earn the right to? Are you really going to look at Kenny Omega after he beats Rocky Romero and Andrade as, man, he earned the right to wrestle MJF? Or are we just rushing through fucking matches for the sake of rushing through matches because they have nothing else?
Maybe they know something we don't about Kenny's health or MJF leaving.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have him come out on television saying this is the best he's felt in years. Because they're going to run with that and take it seriously.
Or MJF leaving for another movie.
You think MJF loses the championship to Omega? I'm not going to say it's impossible.
Yeah. It's not like it's a stupid idea or impossible. But my whole thing is I don't see MJF losing to anybody right now. You know, nobody. I mean, I just because I can't see anybody I would take the title off of MJF for. Unless there's another reason why that title needs to go to somebody else that we don't know about yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Right now, they did everything they can to get that title on MJF for a good reason. It needed to be on MJF. And that's probably where it's going to stay for the foreseeable future. That's why I'm seeing every contender coming at him as like, he's going to lose. He's going to lose too. He's going to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even want to be in the ring with MJF right about now because you know you're going to lose. So I'd rather be on the back burner than take this guaranteed L of a title match. So I don't know.
Well, their world title scene is now without Samoa Joe. He's hurt. That doesn't help things. So I guess they plugged in Andrade there. I mean, he's a world championship caliber performer, so it's not like they're missing much. So Samoa Joe is out, and we'll figure out how they are going to get to Revolution. Again, I don't know who's going to wrestle the winner of Omega and Andrade next week in Vegas. The winner of that match wrestles whomever at Grand Slam Australia, February 14th. So they have a big show on February 14th, Saturday, Valentine's Day. I find it funny how they have a show on Valentine's Day. I guess they expect their audience to not go out and have dates on Valentine's Day. What does that say about the AEW sickos, huh?
You have a show every Saturday night.
Yeah, but this is a Grand Slam Australia show. This is a bigger show than Collision, supposedly.
I don't know, man.
What are you going to be doing on Valentine's Day, bro? I know you got a wife at home. What are you going to be doing?
I will probably be home. We don't really do Valentine's Day.
You know, go out to dinner, man. Nice steakhouse, couple drinks.
If it's and if it's possible, sure, maybe, but we're not one of those couples that go, you haven't get me flowers on Valentine's Day. We don't do that. We don't do that sweetest day bullshit. And it's not like just because we're married. We didn't do it when we were just dating either. I mean, it was just one of those, hey, happy Valentine's Day. I love you. Give me a kiss. And, that's just us. And don't look at me and say this is what it's supposed to be. You're asking me about my wife. This is what we do. We normally don't do much of anything for Valentine's Day. No.
I'm sure there's a lot of people like that.
Now birthdays, yes, we'll go out and for each other's birthday, we'll go out and do something special. We'll have a nice steak dinner, a drink. For that, we go out and have a date night type deal. Yeah. But Valentine's Day, sweetest day, that's never really been our thing. But that's just us.
Well, regardless, that is happening on February 14th, and we'll figure out how they're going to get to Revolution with MJF. Elsewhere on this show, Tommaso Ciampa debuted. We will talk about that a little bit more in depth. Jon Moxley with another Eliminator match. I don't understand what the fucking fascination is now with these Eliminator matches every week, and they go nowhere. So thanks for coming, Ace Austin. This was his first AEW Dynamite appearance, and I'm sure it'll be the last for another 6 months. We got the tag team titles on the line. Davis and Doyle against FTR. I know, exhilarating stuff there. And Kris Statlander defended the AEW Women's Championship against Thekla, Jesse. Thekla.
Yeah.
Our girl Thekla. She looked good tonight.
That was a nice one.
In and out of the ring.
Yeah. That was a nice one.
We'll talk about that. And what else happened on tonight's show? Anything else interesting? No? Am I missing anything? Young Bucks want tag team title gold. Ricochet and Jack Perry are heating up. Oh man, I can't wait. We'll talk about all that stuff. This is your AEW Dynamite post show right here for your Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. Follow us on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Make sure you guys go follow Jesse on X, Chi-Town Smark on YouTube, Chi-Town Smark. What's going on with the YouTube channel, bro? Anything new?
The king of the watch-alongs is back.
Oh yeah,
back at it again.
You got more retention than the other people that do it for a living, bro. On Fake React, you know?
Yeah, man. It's I think it's a growing niche. It started off much lower, but it really is growing, man. But we'll see where it goes, man. I just want to hang out and have fun and watch the show like everybody else. It's nothing crazy, nothing special. I've got a in-home project going on right now, as I told you earlier. So two of my bathrooms are destroyed for a remodel. I had a leak in the wall, and turned out we had to literally gut the entire bathroom to fix it. Don't ask me. Talk to my wife and my mother-in-law for that one. But that's being done, so I got construction workers in and out of my house, so it's hard to get to things like the bonus content that I have planned. Collision Corner, I don't have time for right now. By the way, we still down for previews and predictions tomorrow.
If you can pry me away from Arc Raiders, sure. What are you doing? You recording it live, or you going regular OG style?
Whatever works for you, brother. I'm good either way.
All right. Well, yeah. Just
figure it out.
I'll square away an hour.
There we go. Yeah, I'll be as an hour, then we'll probably pre-record it and get it out of the way.
All right. Collision Corner. Is there a Collision Corner for the fine folks in the OTS venue tonight? No.
There is no Collision Corner tonight. Like I said, I've been tied up with the construction workers and stuff in and out of my bathroom. So no Collision Corner this week. But again, just for those of you who may have missed it, like we said last week, Collision Corner will no longer be a guaranteed every week thing. For two reasons. A, I'm trying to do multiple things at one time with my on my channel. And also B, it's not special if it happens all the time. It's just not special anymore, and it's not as funny and it's not as fun. So once in a while, here and there, we're still gonna get it. When? Stay tuned to find out. And when it's here, you'll see it. So we'll let you guys know.
That's what you got to do. You got to watch the show, and then you don't miss Collision Corner when it does happen. Apparently, chat saying Doyle got hurt tonight.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
I don't know. We'll figure that one out. I have no idea what happened there. I barely watched the match because the match was fucking boring. But we'll figure that out along the way. So thank you. What happened?
Rage said Arc Raiders is garbage.
Listen, Rage, this is your first time in months back in the chat, okay? I'm going to need you to behave yourself, otherwise I'm going to dump you.
Ooh,
okay?
Rage said it's garbage.
Rage is back in the chat. Happy to see Raging Girl Gamer back in the chat. We haven't seen her in months. Hopefully she's doing very well. She comes in big with some mini bombs. Super chat. You guys want to be like Rage? Get them on in. It's the best way to support me and the channel here on Wednesday nights. So please go and do that. I know she said just kidding. I know.
She's not kidding.
But is she really? This is Charlotte Flair's #1 fan.
Yeah.
Also, leave a comment down below. Hit that thumbs up. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Greatly helps us out. And if you guys are on the audio side of things, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all other audio platforms, leave a rating and a comment. Helps us out tremendously. We were number 27 yesterday in the top 100 pro wrestling podcasts in the United States. So let's get that up to the top 20. I think we can do it. Anyway, let's get into this show. We start things off. We get Kenny Omega and Rocky Romero going one-on-one. Omega got an entrance. Rocky Romero got the jobber entrance. So this was basically as predictable as they come. I doubt the match even lasted 4 minutes.
No.
4 minutes. Yeah. Snapdragon, V-Trigger, One Winged Angel, 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega wins. This is the elite level of competition that Kenny Omega wanted from AEW so that he can prove himself to MJF. But he got to win. So Tony Schiavone comes in. He's wearing these ridiculously ugly bright green Nikes with a bright green matching tie. I guess he wanted to be obnoxious tonight. So he comes into the ring. What happened?
Seahawks fan.
Is he?
I don't know. Seahawks were in the Super Bowl, and that's their signature color. So I don't know.
You going Seahawks, Patriots?
I got the Patriots on this one, man.
I think the Patriots going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going with the Patriots. The Patriots are the dogs too.
Are you surprised Bill Belichick wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer?
100%. That is the biggest horse crap I've ever seen from the NFL, man.
You know, if Belichick isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer, I don't think any coach from this point on should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Ever again. I don't care if you like the guy, don't. I've never been a Belichick fan, nothing like that. But if you get a coach to accomplish what he's accomplished, and that's not good enough to get you in the Hall of Fame on the first ballot, fuck that. No coach should ever be in the Hall of Fame ever again. Well,
maybe they're upset with his extracurricular activities. You know,
stupid, absolutely stupid. You mess up the reputation and the dignity of your Hall of Fame by telling me that someone that has accomplished what he has accomplished was not good enough to get in. That's bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
But he's dating a 21-year-old cheerleader. We can't really give him what he deserves. Ha ha.
Get the fuck out of here. That's complete.
What other reason is there? There is no reason. Does he have a sullied history that we don't know of?
I don't give a fuck, man. She's an adult, man. They are full of shit. That's a bad look on them to tell their fans that this man wasn't good enough to get into the Hall of Fame right away. He should have been the first one in at the instant second that he was available. That's complete bullshit. So that's an egg on their face, man. I don't know if they think they're slighting him. They're making themselves look bad.
I agree. Tony Schiavone's in there with his Nikes and tie, bright green color. Comes into the ring, talks about all the possible challenges for the AEW World title. Schiavone said that the two top challengers will face at Grand Slam Australia, with the winner of that match receiving an AEW World title shot against MJF at Revolution. The winner of Andrade vs. Swerve Strickland tonight will face Omega next week in Las Vegas to determine one of those spots in Australia. So I'm assuming that we're going to get other top contenders here. But they didn't really give us an idea as who those top contenders were. And they've already booked next week's Dynamite. So I don't know what they're doing. So Hangman, I'm assuming, is going to be a part of that field, but they left everybody confused because they really kind of made it seem like Omega and the winner of this Swerve Andrade match would be wrestling for the right to wrestle MJF. Then they changed their tune because Tony Schiavone said at Grand Slam Australia. Then the match was booked for next week in Las Vegas. And now we don't know who the winner of this match next week between Andrade and Omega will even be wrestling on February 14th. So they really made it very, very confusing. So Omega said he hates to repeat himself, but AEW is supposed to be where the best wrestle. Omega said whether it's someone that he hates like Don Callis and his family or someone that he loves, he'll become world champion once again. So Adam Page's music comes onto the PA. And by the way, what is with AEW's production? Do they know that their production and sound production is awful? Like, all I hear is like echo, echo, echo for every single theme music in every arena every single week. It's awful to listen to. That's just me.
I didn't hear it.
Well, I'm watching it on TBS, so I don't know where you're watching it.
I'm watching it on HBO Max.
Well, maybe it's different there. Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll watch it on Max next week. Maybe it's not as prevalent over there.
Yeah, I didn't notice anything at all. That's why I was genuinely confused when you said like production. Now what? What happened now?
Well, the music is just echoey. It's like it bounces off the walls.
Oh, okay, no, I didn't hear anything like that. No.
Well, maybe it's just me watching on TBS. But Hangman's music hit, and he power walked to the ring. Page said Omega looks good, but truth be told, after all these years, he'd rather be fighting beside him than against him. But the World Championship is at stake. So be it. Page made the mistake of looking past Samoa Joe and the Ops and hoped he'd get to defend the title against Omega again one day. But due to a kick to the balls by Hook, things are different. As much fire and passion as Omega has, he will not be the next world champion, nor will Andrade or Swerve. The next champion will be Adam Hangman Page. Swerve Strickland's music hits. He comes on out. And he says he came back to AEW from injury for a world championship, and he hasn't been pinned since returning. Strickland's mission remains the same. He's getting back his world championship, and he doesn't care who he has to stomp out and ravage to get what he wants. It can be anybody. He's looking right at Omega, and he does mean anybody. Obviously, you know the history between Swerve and Hangman. Omega says he fancies himself at being pretty astute at reading the room and feels the animosity between them, and he's looking for a fight. Strickland laughs and says, more than Omega will ever know. Don Callis then comes on out. No theme music. As he walks to the stage, he's booed. He's telling Strickland to enjoy being undefeated as it ends tonight when Andrade pins him. Little Kenny, Daddy is here to tell him that when Andrade beats Strickland, he's coming for you. Now, at this point, Don Callis was speaking so frantically, I don't know if his gum popped out of his mouth. Someone said his teeth popped out of his mouth. Like he had dentures in his mouth that popped out.
Yeah,
Did you see him like kind of fumbling with his gums in his mouth during the promo?
Very happy I missed that one.
Yes, I seen it on social media. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. I thought it was gum at first, and someone else seen someone say it was his fucking dentures that popped out. I don't know. Old man Don Callis over here. All three men apparently standing there. Callis says he hasn't forgotten about Page and has something special in mind for him. All three of them are going to understand that the Don Callis family runs the show. Omega's music hit, and then Kenny says, nah, cut it. He tells Callis he should have been worrying about himself instead of his family, and Omega dropped the microphone, sprinted up the ramp at Don Callis, and chased Don Callis to the back, and that's the way the segment came to a close. So there is nobody that AEW has been presenting as contenders for the World Championship. This is it. Now, the only thing that we have to go off of here is that Don Callis says to Adam Page that he's got a surprise in store for Adam Page. What that means, I don't know. Is it going to be someone else in the Don Callis family that wrestles Adam Page, with Adam Page needing to beat that individual to get Kenny Omega at Grand Slam Australia? I don't know. They didn't really let anybody know what they were doing. This was very lazily put together. It was very confusing, but the World Championship hangs in the balance here, and they're doing a little mini competitive free-for-all between all the top contenders for the right to wrestle MJF at Revolution. Now, I would have been a little bit more excited about this, but on the same show later in the night, MJF and Brody King had a face-to-face promo, and Tony Khan supposedly made an eliminator match for Brody King to wrestle MJF next week in Las Vegas in a non-title match, with Brody King and the stipulation of if he beats MJF, then he gets a world championship opportunity. Now, why would you do that, like we discussed earlier? Why would you do that on the same show when you have all these guys trying to win to get to MJF? I don't really understand that. Why didn't everybody else go to Tony Khan and say, hey, boss, I want a title match. Can I have an eliminator match too? Doesn't that cheapen what everybody else is doing? Plus, MJF told Brody King last week, you need to win and beat some top-tier guys to get at me, so get to the back of the line with your little buddy Bandito. So I guess that was a race this week, and they kind of forgot what MJF said last week.
Yeah,
very confusing, man.
Yeah, I don't know why bookers lean on this so much. I've never been a fan of. I don't even know why the term eliminator match even exists.
It's the old Vince McMahon thing, championship contender matches. I don't understand why people go and do it. Like, why would MJF need to wrestle? Like, he wrestles when there's a challenger and a competitor in mind for his world title. That's it. Why do you have to beat the world champion to get a world championship opportunity? What has he done to earn it? Like, being in the ring with the world champion should be an accolade that is earned. And you're just giving it away. That's the way I see it anyway. I don't know what anybody else thinks.
Yeah, again, it's just my personal opinion. I know we share that opinion, you know. I don't know why bookers do it. I don't know if there's some kind of metrics behind it that we are unaware of where this makes sense. But if you're asking me as a fan watching creatively, it's kind of frustrating. You don't have to beat the champion to get a shot at the champion. You know, it's not, they don't start the NFL season off in week 1 where you just get to challenge the Eagles and see if you beat the Eagles. And if you beat the Eagles, then it's you versus the Eagles in the Super Bowl coming up. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. You earn your way to the top to become champion. I mean, I don't understand the concept there. The first thing that you're doing wrong is you're devaluing your world champion. You don't want to put them in a position to lose. There's times we've seen these champions lose these matches just so they can get their win back at the next match. And it's like, see, 50-50 booking. Nobody has ever gotten over on 50-50 booking. It's the biggest mistake ever. It logistically makes no sense. It compromises your escalation of how you come up with top stars. You know, how'd you get a championship match? I beat the world champion. So the world champion sucks, or there's nobody else for you to beat to earn your title shot. I mean, what are you telling us by telling us that the only person to beat is the world champion? Creatively, what are you telling us? Has he beaten everyone else? Has Brody King beaten any of the 5 or 6 guys that we saw at the end of tonight's show?
No.
All vying to get the world championship from MJF.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't beaten anybody. When was the last time he wrestled? He's been wrestling standby matches. The last match he wrestles was against John Cruz, the translator for MJF. What has he done to even be in the ring with MJF?
No. Yeah, no.
Come on, man.
They're not. I mean, and this is par for the course for these guys. This is a redundancy here.
But this is the problem, bro. This is why nobody's watching the show. The fans that watched have fallen off because of shit like this. When your intelligence is insulted, this is as academic as they come. Like, you should not be making the mistakes like this in this way as a head booker. Like, anybody with a fucking brain should have been able to call this out if they're sitting there with Tony Khan and they're going over what's happening on tonight's show. Why is it so easy for us to talk to each other here, to call out these problems, but these problems are not raised or made a problem with Tony Khan there, with the people that matter?
Couldn't tell you, bro. I don't. Their booking process and their creative meetings is something that I would love to just be a fly on the wall for one day, just to peek inside of what they think when they book some of these things. Because I just personally don't understand it, man. I would have done things, and I think the frustrating part about this is that when we see the talent on the roster and we see what they're working with, and all they need to do is tell the right stories where they could be. And it's harder to get a roster like they have, but they have it. The easy part should be writing story, but they can't do it. So it's frustrating as all hell. And it's like your favorite team has all the tools. They got the best fucking starting rotation. They got the best lineup. They got the best bullpen, but they lose every game. Why? Leadership needs to change what's going on. This is an easy win. This should be a home run for you. For some reason, you can't get this right.
It's awful. I don't know. So the Eliminator matches were aplenty here in AEW this week. We got a video package first with Kris Statlander and Thekla for the AEW Women's title. Babes of Wrath say that they know the Sisters of Sin will come out and interfere, but make them a deal. They'll give them a tag team title shot if they leave the match tonight, one-on-one only. So that's how we're giving out World Tag Team Championship matches now. This is what you're doing with your newly crowned Tag Team Champions. You guys should stay in the back, and if you do, we'll give you a Tag Team Championship. Are you fucking kidding me? So now we're using the titles as a bargaining chip so no one should interfere in the match, and if you don't, we'll give you a Tag Team title opportunity? How ridiculous does that sound?
They're being rewarded for their misbehavior.
They're being rewarded for doing what they should be doing normally.
Well, they interfere so much that they're getting rewarded for not interfering.
Wow, that really makes those titles prestigious, huh, Ronnie? Holy shit.
Wow. That's crazy.
Ridiculous. Jon Moxley. He wrestled Ace Austin. And you guessed it, an Eliminator match for the Continental Championship. I got to go over the statistics here, Jesse, because it's quite laughable. This is Ace Austin's first Dynamite outside of one appearance he made in the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal on the December 17th episode of AEW Dynamite. That was Dynamite 324. Just to go back and show you Ace Austin's ascent in AEW to this prestigious opportunity at the Continental Championship. Since that Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal, he's had a unbelievable string of matches on Pro Wrestling Revolver. He beat Jordan Oliver on the 18th of December. He beat Rocky Romero on Ring of Honor television. He beat Aaron Solo on Ring of Honor television. He beat Johnny TV on Ring of Honor television. He's also had a national championship match against Ricochet. That was on the 12th of December, or the 6th, rather, of December. He had a TNT title match against Kyle Fletcher on November 8th, and he actually debuted against Ricochet. This was before the national championship was created. He lost and debuted on that night. That was August 14th. He's made one Dynamite appearance since August, Jesse. Ace Austin.
Wait, he beat Johnny TV.
He beat Johnny TV on Ring of Honor episode 151 on January 10th.
And it wasn't even on TV.
It wasn't even on TV. They should call him Johnny iPhone app.
Oh, my God.
Johnny iTunes or Johnny Android, one or the other.
Johnny Laptop.
Johnny Laptop. Whatever. I mean, folks, the only reason why Ace Austin wrestled here tonight is for one of two reasons. One, Tony Khan thought he was like, we'll book Ace Austin in Austin, Texas tonight against Jon Moxley, which is laughable. Or two, Jon Moxley's beating everybody else, so he chose himself an opponent tonight and went with the idea of, who haven't I beaten yet on this roster? Hey, kid, come over here. You want to wrestle Jon Moxley tonight? Yeah, let's throw that one match together tonight, TK. That's the reason why they did it. One of those two reasons. What do you think of Ace Austin tonight, man? Opportunity worth it for the Continental Championship? Has he earned it? Deserved it?
I think Ace Austin is a fantastic wrestler.
He is. He's great. He's from Atlantic City.
I think he's a fantastic wrestler. Probably more of a tag team guy because by himself he's just not very charismatic or not very presentable or over enough right now to go out there on his own and make the fans care. But as a tag team wrestler, it's pretty good. It's great. To answer your question, no, this is stupid.
So another eliminator match here. What does it mean? What are we doing with Jon Moxley? The Death Riders apparently are still doing whatever they're doing, which nobody can really come up with an explanation for. And Jon Moxley's just winning matches. Like, what do these matches do? Like, what is the reason? What is the why that Jon Moxley needs to wrestle every week in an eliminator match for the Continental Championship? Is this what the championship is about? Eliminator matches?
Bro, as far as the Death Riders go, my only question is, why is Moxley babyface? And why is the rest of the crew still here?
Whoa. I don't know, man. We may get somebody watching us and live reacting to us, telling us that we don't know and we don't watch the show. How don't you know what the Death Rider story is, JD and Jesse?
I'm so confused. I wish that person would tell me if they know, because I don't. And how did they find out? Because they didn't tell it through storytelling on TV. So I don't know if they got an AEW newsletter or something that we are unaware of. I don't know if they are in on the creative meetings because they're not displaying this shit on TV. That's why I don't know.
They got an email chain coming to them from Jacksonville, Florida, bro. That's exactly how they know.
Something, because the dude was a straight up heel and just straight up went babyface with no official explanation, no reasoning, just happened. And they're just still perpetuating it and still no explanation. So I'm confused. It's not the first time they've done this. They've done this shit with Kris Statlander. They've done this. I'll never forget how they turned Stat on me like that, man. I'm still salty about that. No explanation. Got rid of Stokely for her. No explanation.
Well, now they're all chummy like they're best girlfriends, and they don't even go back and tell you what happened with that story. They didn't give you no explanation. Nothing. It's almost as if none of that ever happened, bro. It was like they snapped their fingers and it all disappeared.
When you do that, you're telling me that I shouldn't have gotten invested in it in the first place. But if you want me to get invested in what you're telling me now, my answer is going to be, well, why should I get invested now? The last time I got invested, you just dropped the whole damn thing with no explanation and moved on, left me sitting there asking questions. But this time you want me to follow you despite how you treated me last time. That is the problem when you do reckless storytelling like that. You lose the confidence of your viewing audience. Look, this stuff is scripted. It's predetermined. It's a big entertainment. So if what you're telling me is what I am getting myself invested in is going to get me nowhere, would you read a book and then halfway through the book, you turn the page, go to the next chapter, and everything you read before is irrelevant, non-existent, and never addressed again in the rest of the book?
Who would want to go through that, bro? Who would want to go through that?
You'd be mad as hell. You'd be pissed off if you were watching a show and then 3 episodes into the season, everything that happened before that is just eradicated and gone. And the next episode, the guy that you wanted to see die the most is the big hero and he's saving the baby. And you're like, wait a minute. He just tried to take over the world in episode 2. Now in episode 4, he's the guy saving the baby. This makes no sense. And you can't sit back and say, oh, well, it's just a movie or a TV show. No, you sat here and had me get invested in everything that you just fucking did. And now all of a sudden you changed course with no explanation, leaving me to sit here and ask, why did I just waste my time on the first few episodes? I'm done watching this shit.
Well, that's why I'm so fucking pissed off about what they had MJF do last week. It's like he said one thing, and then this week it's almost like he didn't say anything at all. So you made me sit down and watch this fucking show, and you wasted my time for that 20-minute segment that he had. So why do I even bother watching? This is why people don't come back and watch, because you willingly waste their time.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Where's the story? Where's the story? There is no story, chat. There is no fucking story here. It's nothing more than fucking AEW thinking that they are telling stories, and the sickos are, they're all blinded by whatever fucking storytelling this is. I don't know. Where are they getting their stories from? Where are they getting these news and these explanations from? 1-800-AEW Sicko is the hotline, I think, right?
Apparently, I just described Final Fantasy X.
Whoa. Final Fantasy X was
Final Fantasy X 2.5
yeah,
and
whatever.
Will.
Listen, nothing matters outside 7, bro. That's all you got to do. Just all you got to play. Let's play 7. 12 was good, too. 12 was good. 9 was good. I haven't played anything. After 12, I stopped.
There's a 12? I thought it stopped at 10.
I don't know. What are they up to now? 18? Who the fuck knows?
Oh, my God. Jeez.
Anyway, Ace Austin and Jon Moxley. This went, what, 10 minutes? This didn't go the typical 20, because that's what they usually do. They didn't have enough time because they loaded this show up with other pro wrestling matches. So Ace Austin, he hits a springboard kick on Moxley. He goes for a cover. He took too long to capitalize. Moxley fired off a cutter out of nowhere, followed by a Death Rider, and goodbye, Ace Austin. Back to Atlantic City, New Jersey you go. Maybe you could go hang out with Joey Janela. Post-match here, Konosuke Takeshita comes on out, and he walks to the ring. He gets into the ring, gets into Moxley's face. He points at the Continental title. Moxley said he remembered how Takeshita beat him in the Continental Classic, as Takeshita pointed at the title before leaving. So at the end of this segment between Moxley and Takeshita, Jake Doyle and Mark Davis blindsided Moxley from behind and stood tall, as we were told their tag team title match isn't up next, but instead we were getting Mark Briscoe defending the TNT Championship. So they attacked. Normally, the way you would set up the show is that Davis and Doyle would attack Moxley. They'd already be out there. Out comes FTR. Tag team title match is next. But instead, they come on out, they attack Moxley, and we go right into a Mark Briscoe versus El Clon TNT Open Challenge for the TNT title. I don't know. Ronnie must have got his attention somewhere else when he was producing the show and laying out the format. I don't know. I mean, Takeshita, bros, this is who Moxley was talking about. He said last week to Don Callis, your boy knows where to find me. Was this the boy he was talking about, Takeshita? I thought he was talking about Okada. Why didn't we have an idea of who he was talking about? I mean, it could have been anybody. It's like 18 of them.
Yeah, exactly. Way too many. I've lost all interest in anyone in the Don Callis family, just because the Don Callis family has gotten so ridiculous. I don't care about anybody in there. They need to disband it. You know what I would do? I would get rid of that entire faction and make Don Callis a heel authority figure on the show. That's what I would fucking do.
Bro, I don't even want him as a heel authority figure because we see enough of him. We don't want to see him anymore.
I feel like we would see him less. We would see him less as an authority figure on the show instead of coming out with 18 different fucking people.
Has anybody figured out what the infatuation is with Don Callis and why he's all over the show every week?
He's a great heel. He's a great talking heel. He's their Paul Heyman.
Sure.
You know, but he is overexposed. 100%.
I wouldn't put him in that category. I mean, there's only one Paul Heyman, but
no. He is their Paul Heyman. Okay, I didn't say he's as good as Paul Heyman. Come on, don't start tribalizing me and shit. And all right, he's their Paul Heyman.
All right, let me rephrase it. I wouldn't be comparing him to anybody's Paul Heyman.
Okay, all right.
But I get what you're saying.
Then
he's got a faction. He's the guy. He's the voice. He's the leader. He's basically this is his vision, right?
He's their version of
yes.
Paul.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, again, I guess we're getting Takeshita and Jon Moxley at Grand Slam. I guess that's what they're setting up for. So, whatever. I mean, I'm still waiting on the Takeshita and Okada build that seemingly they have forgotten about, but it is what it is. So we go from that to the match that everybody was so excited about, Jesse. We got Mark Briscoe against El Clon for the TNT Championship. And El Clon, apparently, this was his Dynamite debut. What'd you think of El Clon tonight, bro? You excited?
No, was it?
I think so.
He's never been on Dynamite before?
Well, in a pro wrestling match, no. Let me go back and check because I know Ron is probably watching, and he may come at me with another burner and kind of correct me here. Let's see.
Wait, he came at you with that burner account?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He threw my House of Glory situation at me, and he mentioned something about me not calling matches anymore.
When was this?
2 weeks ago.
Because I wasn't looking for that account when you brought it up, and I think he closed the account.
He deleted the account after Nick LoPiccolo exposed him. Yeah.
Ooh, that confirms it.
Yeah. Yes, this is his first AEW Dynamite match. He's wrestled previously on Collision. He wrestled Angelico on the January 3rd edition of Collision. He beat Angelico. He beat Commander on the January 10th. And then he wrestled with the Don Callis family alongside Josh Alexander and Kyle Fletcher against Skyflight, Dante Martin, Darius Martin, and Scorpio Sky. That was on January 14. This was his first Dynamite performance, bro, against Mark Briscoe.
Interesting. I had no idea.
What'd you think of El Clon tonight, man? What'd you think of his performance? With the static visuals and him kind of coming out with this kind of like weird static electricity kind of whatever he's got going on with the whole visuals. This interference type gimmick he's got.
The same as Sub-Zero Glacier, whatever the fuck this guy's name was. Hologram. There we go.
Hologram, yes.
That's him.
Which was Tony Khan's childhood hero, bro, growing up.
Is El Clon like Hologram's burner account?
That's a great way to put it. Yes.
Yeah, maybe so.
Now we know where Tony Khan gets his inspiration from.
There we go. Maybe that's it. How are you a billionaire with a burner account?
He's got like 18 burner accounts, bro.
Who does this?
Somebody with mental issues. That's who does it. And now you want to know why the roster comes at us.
Because they can't go to him? I don't know.
They learn from the top, bro. They feed off the leader, you know?
Oh, my God.
Anyway. El Clon here against Mark Briscoe. I mean, only the sickos are going to drool over this match. This was an absolute waste of everybody's fucking time. Briscoe wins. We got a J Driller, but Briscoe somehow in position for the J Driller. Clon got out of it, and he hit a Pele kick as he flipped out of the J Driller. One-legged Asai moonsault to the outside. Clon quickly took Briscoe back inside for the double foot stomp off the top. Briscoe fought off of what he calls a portal bomb. You get it? The portal bomb, you know, because he goes through the portal. Yeah. He got it. Yeah, Briscoe got the high stack for the flash pin. So Ronnie over there, Ronnie Khan protecting his boy El Clon / hologram in this match with Briscoe. So that's that TNT title on the line here. El Clon fails. Post-match, Briscoe took the microphone and said he's not doing any ducking or dodging, and will be right back in action on Saturday night, and loves the concept of an open challenge. You know what, Briscoe? We love Mark Briscoe. Nothing against Mark Briscoe, but I am quite tired of the open challenge gimmick, Jesse. What do you say about the open challenge gimmick?
I don't think it's ever going away. They've labeled that like the U.S. title. You know, it now has to be defended in an open challenge. You know, okay. It used to be fun for the spontaneity, but now it's just all they do with it. So no, it's not fun anymore. It's just a lack of creative. It's your way of telling us you want to give this guy. You want to explain how Tommaso Ciampa comes into the company and gets a title match right away. Open challenge. There was nobody else in the company that had the ability to challenge for that open challenge, but somebody who signed with the company 37 minutes ago.
I don't know, but the TNT Open Challenge was indeed answered by former NXT champion and one of the greatest heels of the modern era, Tommaso Ciampa. He's arrived, and the Psycho Killer is now officially All Elite. Tony Khan put up Ronnie put up the graphic, and he is now All Elite. We'll talk about that in a second. Ciampa got a very good reaction. People obviously knew who he was, as they should. Pyro goes off. He walked to the ring. He circled the ring, circled Briscoe. He looked at the TNT title saying he's coming for it. Ciampa actually kissed Briscoe on the cheek. There was some sort of camaraderie and respect there. Hyped up the crowd. They do have some history, and the match was made official for Collision. So, the Open Challenge is lame. We see it every week. I'm starting to get really tired of it. The only reason why Carmelo is doing it because he's a babyface, and I hope when a heel takes the belt, the United States title belt, off of Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown, that will end the Open Challenge. Hopefully that is Trick Williams. Tommaso Ciampa and Mark Briscoe, if you're going to do an Open Challenge, I think you look at someone like Tommaso Ciampa. If they didn't sign him immediately and make the graphic and make it official, it would have kind of signified what a real Open Challenge should be because nobody would have thought he was with the company. So if they kept that kind of low key for now, I think it would have came off a little bit better. But like to Jesse's point, he's correct. There was nobody else in the back that was going to stand up to Mark Briscoe and answer the Open Challenge. It had to be the guy that they legitimately fucking brought out 40 minutes into the show. Like, I don't understand that. Nobody else wants an Open Challenge. Nobody else wants a TNT title. Now, I guess with Tommaso Ciampa, I've been very vocal. We talked about this on TNT literally last night with the Solid Monster. I thought that with Ciampa leaving WWE, it was a good decision because he was going nowhere. They did what they did with him. He hit a ceiling there. His NXT run was monumental. I mean, it got me to fall in love with what NXT Black and Gold did. Him and Johnny Gargano were basically the entire fucking brand. They had a great story. They had a series of incredible matches, and everything about it was just fucking unbelievable. He was a world champion. They didn't do anything with him on the main roster, and he wasted his time there. And I don't know why they didn't really bring him to the heights that he had in NXT, but that falls on creative. It's not Tommaso Ciampa. He's way too talented. He's way too great at what he does. So I thought with him leaving, he'd find success. He's going to work the indies. He's going to do what he's got to do to make his money. He's going to command a lot of money for his appearances. He's going to produce great matches. But the thing is, with the level of what Tommaso Ciampa did in WWE with NXT Black and Gold, you look at him and he is a top of the card guy immediately. That's the way that I look at him. Because he performed at that level. He had a story around him that he performed at that level. So I said, go to TNA. You're a big fish in a small pond. You're an immediate world title contender. Mike Santana is going to need somebody, a good heel, to wrestle for the world championship, and Tommaso Ciampa fits the bill. Now, he might not be paid as well as other places in TNA, but he could go work the indies and kind of and make his own schedule and kind of do what he wants to do. Now he's with AEW, and he's automatically placed Jesse in that TNT title discussion. I look at it as I love the fucking guy. I'll never say a bad thing about him. I owe a lot to him and the fandom that he brought to us, because I know you and me, us collectively, we watched NXT together every Wednesday on the WWE Network, and we talked about it. I was one of the only creators that went live with NXT. Yep. I did a review every Wednesday for 1 hour. We talked about it. Jesse was big time into it. I was big time into it. Never say a bad thing ever about Tommaso Ciampa. So go make your money. But the thing is, bro, as a fan, I'm kind of disappointed because he's going to be used at this mid-range level. And I know he's worth so much more than that and so much better off than that. And again, Jesse says give it time. That's an objective way to look at it. Bro, I don't trust them to do right by Tommaso Ciampa. I don't. I think this is where he's going to fit. I think this is where he's going to stay, and he's just going to become another name on the card. So in that aspect, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, and by the way, we were both ridiculed for watching NXT.
We were.
Back then.
By everybody, even the big wigs. Oh, it's a niche company. It'll go nowhere. And how many times did me and Jesse both say, well, if they did half of the fucking things they were doing on Tuesday night on NXT, then, or Wednesday night, whenever it aired, the main roster would be better if they just did a little bit of what NXT is doing. How many people came at us and said, oh, you guys got it all wrong? No, we were very much right.
Yeah. Two wrestling programs that I wish I had back. The last two wrestling programs I can remember that every time I watched it, I had a smile on my face going into it, coming out of it. NXT Black and Gold and Lucha Underground. Oh man, I would. And both of those were recorded shows. Maybe that's saying something about this live aspect. Maybe the live aspect should be saved for pay-per-views. I don't know. I mean, but nonetheless, the recorded sessions of NXT Black and Gold and the recorded and highly edited Lucha Underground, two of my favorite fucking wrestling programs.
Yep.
Fun to watch. Just fun. You know what I watched 2 days ago? Io Sky versus Penta on Lucha Underground.
That was great.
You see that match?
I remember it.
Oh, so good. So good, man. Well, when was wrestling fun like that? I don't know, man. I digress.
Yeah, AEW's history kind of rears its ugly head. They don't know how to take someone like Ciampa and produce them at a meaningful level. And that's what I'm worried about. It's more about, I look at Ciampa more so at the level I see him than AEW and Tony Khan does or will. And that's sad. He's a world champion guy that's going to be placed in the middle of the fucking card for the TNT title, and he's answering an open challenge against Mark Briscoe. So what do you do? On his first night, you're going to have him win the fucking title. In his first match, you're going to have him win the title? Or you're going to have Mark Briscoe beat Tommaso Ciampa on his first night, which has become the norm, Jesse. How many people have wrestled their first night in AEW and lost?
Yeah.
More so than we care to admit lately.
Yes, 100%. But I do have Ciampa winning on Saturday, and if he loses, it's a big mistake.
Well, I would hope that they have him win because he's fucking great. The thing is, I think they're going to have him win to prove a point. I honestly think Tony Khan is in a position now because everybody knows, and he's everywhere. He's got eyes and ears everywhere. Tony Khan knows more than anybody that Triple H dropped the ball with Tommaso Ciampa on the main roster. So I would not be surprised if Tony Khan kind of wants to throw it in Triple H's face. Look, I got one of your main guys from Black and Gold, and I'm going to show you how I book him better than you do. Now, yeah. I know Triple H does that as well, and he's tried to do that with Ricky Saints and Ethan Page and Blake Monroe and whoever else has come over, Jake Cargill. So I could see Tony Khan doing that same exact thing with Tommaso Ciampa, but how is it going to work out in the end? I don't know.
Oh, but it's in his best interest to book this guy strong. He doesn't have much time left. I mean, let's put our cards on the table, man. Let's be real about this. Ciampa doesn't have much time left in his in-ring career. Let's take advantage of what we have. You know, the guy can still go. You know, let's utilize it. Let's put him to work. So if you want to match him up with Mark Briscoe, great. It should be a great dancing partner for him. But he's holding a title, and that's a title that will help Ciampa get over in AEW. So he should be giving that title up on Saturday.
Now, listen, we're not pro wrestlers, but we are aware because Tommaso Ciampa's neck injury ruined what would have been the biggest main event in NXT history, Black and Gold. It would have been Ciampa and Gargano take over New York. Adam Cole filled in, and they still had a tremendous main event. And Gargano won the World Championship. It was supposed to be Gargano winning it from Ciampa and not Adam Cole. So I have to bring up the points of Ciampa's neck issues and his injuries. Ciampa's not a soft wrestler. Ciampa goes in there and fucking wrestles. AEW allows these guys free reign to do whatever they want. I know I'm not the only one that's concerned about Tommaso Ciampa's health working in AEW style because they normally let these guys go out there and do what they want, and they end up fucking killing themselves, dropping people on the back of their head, dropping people on their neck. Should I have to be concerned now about Tommaso Ciampa's health and well-being with wrestling in AEW? where WWE looked after him and never compromised him in any which way about his neck? Because you know that's going to be an issue. And I'm not going to be the only one that brings that up. And I'm not wrong for bringing it up because it is a definite concern with the style that AEW gives you every week. Right?
Yeah, I don't want to put that out there in the universe. I mean,
it's got to be mentioned, bro.
For anyone. For anyone at all, but I'm not trying to wish or insinuate, or it's not what we want to see. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt like that.
No, so. But it has to be raised. Because you know the style that they wrestle. Just look at what happened to Kyle Fletcher and the outcry of like, can you tone it down?
Yeah.
Tommaso Ciampa should win on Saturday. Having him lose in his first night is fucking disrespectful and it fucking blows. You don't take someone like that and the history of what he's done for a brand, to lead a brand, to have him come on in because he's an ex-WWE guy and have him lose. And what's with all the signings lately? Like, I'm happy Ciampa's got fucking work and I'm happy to see Ciampa on TV. But all these signings, are they doing anything as far as making a difference to the fucking overall health of the product? Or are you still in the same position that you were in 3 weeks ago? None of these are game changers in any sense of the word. So all you're doing is adding another name coming over from TNA or WWE or from the Indies, and you're just collecting talent. Do you have an idea? Do you have a direction? Do you have a goal in mind for what you want to do with this guy? And how are you bringing in these people to make a difference where it matters most? I don't see it. So why bring them in?
Bringing in a Tommaso Ciampa could open the door to bring in a Gargano or Candice LeRae. That's why I would bring him in.
Possibly.
And that could be an impact. You can put these guys back together as a tag team, solidify the tag team division. You bring in Candice LeRae into the women's division. I will take Candice LeRae in any goddamn women's locker room in this country.
All right, bro, but my original point stands. You bring in Gargano and Candice LeRae. What are they doing to help the overall product to make it more healthy?
They're great wrestlers. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I understand that, but what are they doing for the business? What are they doing for ratings? What are they doing for gate? What are they doing for attendance? What are they doing for this and demos and all that where it matters? Where they're all down.
Are you suggesting that they should not hire anyone else unless they're going to improve?
Yes.
The ratings?
Yes.
So who should
work
they
with who you have? How many people are not getting opportunities in AEW because Tony Khan continues to replace them with new talent coming in from WWE who's free or from the indies? Don't you think that's a problem?
Yeah, but then the people who leave because their deals are up, or the people who retire, or people who just are not getting over, and you want fresh faces, but you're not going to hire anybody anymore until it's somebody that's going to improve the ratings. Who would that person be that's going to improve the ratings?
Midnight Hybrid, who cares? I care, because the more that this company fucking flounders in the ratings, the quicker they'll be off fucking television without a TV deal. Where are they going to go? They'll be on YouTube before you know it, because they're certainly not getting fucking picked up by a TV deal. Give me a break. You got to start worrying about what matters most. They always deliver on the pro wrestling aspect. What are you going to do to bring people to fucking come out and get excited about this shit? You got all the talent there. Like Jesse said, you got an all-star team ready and willing to do whatever you need. You got to write stories. The stories are it's single-handedly going to drive the ratings and the demo back to where they need to be. And they're not doing it. They're not doing it. So why are you bringing in this talent and not changing the one thing that matters most? Telling stories. You got so many talents not getting opportunity, and you got 4 hours of television every week. How can you continue to maintain this? It's a problem. We haven't even seen the Rascals yet. Tommaso Ciampa was on Dynamite, and they debuted him bigger than they did the Rascals.
Yeah, Rascals were getting high in the back.
Yes. It's a problem. I look at this stuff a little bit differently than some of you guys do, but we'll see what happens on Saturday. I think Ciampa should win the TNT title. Yeah. MJF and Brody King. So this was a promo here. We have MJF coming on out, and He is obviously going to address the situation with everybody gunning for him and the AEW World Championship. Tony Schiavone compared MJF to a dog when he pees, and MJF is the pee.
Oh my God.
MJF asked Taz, why are they having them work in a dump like this? And Taz says, I have no answers for you, champ.
I don't know.
Austin, Texas, I hear is a good town, though.
It's good to have Taz back, man.
Yeah. Before MJF could get another word out, Brody King immediately interrupted. MJF demands the music to be cut and the fans to stop barking, which only made them bark louder. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Brody King is as deaf as he is stupid, MJF says, and asked if they can speak like men. So, crowd is obviously pro-Brody here. MJF told Bark Boy last week that he needs to beat someone that matters, but he's still following him around like a lost puppy. Yes, I remember MJF said that, and we all thought it would be against another top contender. It's the same thing that Brody did with Malachi Black. So we got Malachi reference here on AEW television, the now Aleister Black, and it terrified MJF how they turned the lights on and off. Brody King also followed Buddy Matthews, and MJF sarcastically said, a name that strikes fear into everyone and questions how his ankle is. But actually, I don't give a shit about his ankle. He made himself pop with that one. Now Brody King follows a loser like Bandito around, so maybe he should follow MJF. He'll pay him to follow him around. They'll have to fix his aesthetic, and never in his life has he met a liberal man that looks more like a Nazi. It's okay, though. MJF will get him in a nice suit and scarf, as the pipe dream of Brody King beating MJF is just that, a dream. The reality is, in order to be the champion of the world, you need to be a leader. And just like the schmuck fans, Brody King is nothing more than a follower. So Brody King says he doesn't need to follow anybody, and what MJF described is basically called friends, something that MJF doesn't have. Brody said MJF is right. He sat down with Ronnie, and they talked about who Brody should face to potentially earn a title shot, and they figured it out. MJF. Next week, they'll have an Eliminator match, and if Brody King wins, they'll have a world title match at Grand Slam Australia, and Brody will become the leader that AEW needs. Bro, do you genuinely see, because he did mention Grand Slam Australia, do you genuinely see Brody beating MJF next week?
No.
So where does Brody go after that?
And that's the problem. And that's the problem, because wherever he goes, it's gonna be a rung below, as opposed to what I pitched earlier in this stream, which was put him somewhere where he can excel gradually. It doesn't have to be directly in a storyline with MJF. Just put him on the show to get solid wins. Let commentary tell his story and give him 4 or 5 minute matches. Nothing fucking crazy. Don't gotta be barn burners. And give him a rung every week, every other week. Skip a week. Put him on Collision 1 week. What the fuck ever. And in due time, the internet, social media, and the fans, and everybody else will tell your story for you. Brody King has been killing it lately. Why don't we get him in a title match soon? Oh, brilliant idea. And then we'll start teasing it as we steady build him up. Now, what they did is they put him right at top with the champion, where he will lose. And from there, he can only go down. Does he go down one rung? I don't know. He could go down to the bottom. He could be on ROH after this match with MJF. Who knows? But the point is, you want to build new stars. If you build him up with all of these wins and he gets to the top, gets to MJF and then loses, I don't see him going back to the bottom, because he's already beaten most of these guys on his way to the top. All right? Now you have a story with the champion. You can do something with that. A rematch, a different match. Hell, hopefully it takes you long enough to build him up to the point where by the time he gets to MJF, it's an actual credible threat to the title. That's where we want to be. We don't want to see him in a match where we know he's going to lose, even if he somehow, for some ridiculously stupid reason, wins this Eliminator match. We did know for a 1,000% guaranteed fact he's going to lose the title match. So I'm not sure where they plan on going with this, but I was never a fan of this kind of structure for someone facing the champion. I don't get it.
Well, that's the problem. If they have him beat MJF next week, you're costing your world championship a loss that is completely and utterly ridiculously unnecessary. Only for him to go into Grand Slam Australia, a fucking across the fucking world, to lose the match anyway. Like, why would you risk beating your world champion to get a match that Brody has absolutely, unequivocally no chance of winning? None of it makes sense.
Right. None.
So what are we doing here? Like, MJF just told you, beat somebody, beat a couple of guys, come back and talk to me. And Tony Khan said, fuck that. We're just going to throw him in a match against MJF. Did anybody think about what the ramifications or the consequences were to this creative decision? Instead of just getting a match next week because it looks cool on paper?
The stories I could have told here, man. After he's beaten everybody else that he's good for so long, have him go after MJF. I would have MJF ducking and dodging him because he's fucking terrified to face this guy. He's seen the warpath he's been leaving over the last couple of weeks.
Or, bro, they could have did the one thing that we complained about a couple of times already on this stream and put Brody in with the other contenders and have him win matches to get a qualifying match against MJF at the fucking pay-per-view. But Tony don't book that way because he's not going to have anybody like Brody beat any of these guys because he doesn't look at Brody on the level of a Hangman or a Swerve or a Kenny Omega. So what's the point?
He needs to. He's not very good at booking big men, is he?
No.
He's particularly not very good at booking big men because he has one on his roster. He's going to wish that he booked better. Going to watch him go over there and have a match with Powerhouse Hobbs or Royce the 5'9" or whatever the hell his name is over there. I mean, it's going to eventually happen. How long before you think Triple H is going to sink his teeth into a Brody King?
Bro, you kidding me? Brody King shows up on day one. If they put him in NXT, he's the fucking NXT champion on night one.
NXT goddamn champion.
You put him on SmackDown alongside Aleister Black, forget about it, man. He'll be looking like a thousand times better than what he did in AEW.
Exactly.
I don't understand. I don't understand it, but this is what they've come up with. So Brody versus MJF next week in a Eliminator match for the AEW World Championship. It's bad enough that we got open challenges and every week John Moxley Eliminator matches, and this is what they're doing next week. It's fucking lame. Get rid of the Eliminator matches. They're fucking terrible and they make no sense and they ruin all creative logic. Just stop. When you got, I had Jimmy Corderas, an ex-WWE referee, retweet me when he's been in the business for how long he's been in the business. You know that what we're talking about makes sense. And shout out to Jimmy. He's good people. Another guy the AEW sickos all of a sudden don't like for whatever reason because he speaks too smart for them to understand.
Get off social media.
Yes.
Get off social media.
The Young Bucks, the video package was shown with them, and they said a little bit of humility is what helped them, going back to their roots of tassels and super kicks, and they will challenge any team to face them next week in Las Vegas for a super kick party. And they ended up kicking the camera. Are you excited about the Young Bucks going back to form, bro, to go against FTR for the tag team titles?
Am I excited about it? No. Am I expecting it? Yes. I mean, we've been talking about this for weeks now. When are the Bucks gonna get back into their feud with FTR? And we've been waiting for the Bucks to become tag team champions again since they were the broke Bucks. And I don't know if was there ever a payoff on that? Was the payoff on that winning like the $1 billion? I assumed, I figured, I was never told that the payoff would be them becoming tag team champions again. You know, But I mean, it seemed like they dropped that story when they won the $1 million. So I guess that was the end of that.
Well, they won the $1 million, and then they put the $1 million back on the line against the Don Callis family.
Back on the line. Everybody's carrying this money around like it's a title. Nobody's spending this shit.
No.
Just,
imagine what you could do with $1 million, huh?
They carry it around and put it on the line.
I know what I'll do with my $1 million. I'll put it on the line against the Don Callis family, pal.
Money is not a title. It's fucking crazy, man.
I don't know.
But they actually had something of interest going on, at least for me, with the Bucks and their struggle of getting their respect back. They even took that and it gravitated them into a babyface arc, which was fine. It's where the crowd was taking them, so they just went with it. But I thought the end of that journey would be the tag team titles. And as a matter of fact, them turning babyface on that journey would have been the better culmination of that story and that arc of them getting their world titles back. But they seemingly ended it with the money. And I don't know. I just think that was the wrong way to end it. So
I don't know, but it looks like we're heading towards FTR and the Young Bucks. Where Adam Copeland and Christian Cage are, nobody knows. Maybe they don't come back at all.
Maybe not, man.
Who knows?
I'm thinking they might not. I mean, we assumed that they were going to come back and do a tag team, but
well, even if they do, that storyline is fucking ice cold and 5 months removed from what happened or All Out. So what's the point of going back on it and retelling the story? It's going to be fucking too much time in between that's gone by. You know? Who wants to jump back into that? It doesn't even make any sense anymore.
Edge was filming something. What's going on with Christian Cage?
I don't know. Hopefully he is well, though. We miss Christian Cage.
That's why I'm thinking that maybe they are planning on putting them together when they come back. I mean, they were already put together, but I'm guessing they're only going to bring them back as a team because if Copeland is out doing something, I mean, then just bring Christian Cage back, but they want to bring them back together. I'm guessing because I don't know if he can't be hurt or anything, is he?
Christian, I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
Copeland might have been banged up, but I don't know. I know he was filming something, but he's always talking about he's got very, very little time left. I wouldn't be surprised if he retires this year.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of big time retirements this year.
Yeah. We'll see what happens there. Young Bucks, they are going back to what brought them to the dance. The tassels and the super kicks. Kris Statlander versus Thekla, Jesse. Thekla.
Oh yeah.
The Toxic Spider Thekla for the AEW Women's Championship. The Sisters of Sin were out there for Tekla's entrance, but soon left because they were reminded that if they don't interfere, they get a tag team title match on Collision. This is what we're doing with the tag team titles now. So Thekla offered a handshake to start here, slapped Statlander. Statlander had Thekla come to her and delivered a leg drop between the ropes as a result. We go to the outside. Statlander planted Thekla with a delayed vertical suplex, followed it up with a slingshot into the steps, sternum first. Statlander then posed for the crowd way too long at this point, allowing Thekla to come in with a big boot, launching Stat over the rope into the floor. So double stomp to the back off the apron. We get dueling chants, and we go into a picture-in-picture break. Tekla's working over Statlander during the commercial, and we come back with a tarantula head scissor in the corner from Thekla. Statlander powered out. Yeah, that looked good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Statlander powered out, smashing Thekla face first into the top buckle. So she's coming back here. Corner charges, spinning fisherman bomb by Stat for a near fall. She then tried a Death Valley driver, but Thekla escaped to the apron and guillotined Statlander. Thekla rolled through a top rope dive. Statlander charged and just takes her out with a lariat. She then comes back, and she took too long, allowing Thekla to slap her, and they're on the ropes, and she delivers this kind of spider suplex where she dumps Stat overhead and is hanging upside down on the top turnbuckle. Statlander rolled outside to create some separation. Statlander is in trouble here, but Thekla comes and meets her with a big cross body off the top rope. That looked really good by Thekla. So,
yeah, I like her form.
What happened?
Yeah, I like her form in it.
Yeah, it was definitely a good form. Statlander kicked out at a 2 after Thekla threw her back into the ring. Statlander comes back here, uppercut, and she gave Thekla enough time to the spear, and both ladies are down. So speeding up towards the end of the match here, Thekla wrenched the arm, followed with a curb stomp on Stat, goes for cover, gets a 2. Another spider pose from Thekla. She charged, running into Statlander's thrust kick. She then rolled out of a Wednesday Night Fever. So she rolled that into a roll-up, and she matrixed out of another move here, tried for another spear, but Stat caught her with a Doctor Bomb, which is Willow's finish, and I don't know if she's calling it Wednesday Night Fever or Saturday Night Fever to retain the championship. She wins the match and retains the AEW Women's title. Post-match, Babes of Wrath come to the ring to celebrate with Stat until Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford walked out on stage, stare at the champions. Now, I don't know if Bayne and Ford are looking at the tag team titles or if Megan Bayne is looking at Stat and the AEW Women's Championship. What'd you make of that one, Jesse?
I don't know. They need to do something with Megan Bayne quickly. They've neutered Toni Storm. They don't have Jade Cargill anymore. So they don't have a dominant female right now.
No.
They don't. What's her name? Mercedes.
Yeah.
Is not here right now. And Kris Statlander, y'all know how much I love Kris Statlander, but she is not a dominant female in this locker room right now.
No.
Why? Because they don't book her as one. That's why. They're booking Megan Bayne to be a dominant female, but she doesn't have any goddamn championship gold.
No. I mean, where does she usually reside? She usually resides on Saturday, no? Megan Bayne?
Megan Bayne, she floats, back forth here, there. You can put her in any goddamn division. Doesn't really matter either way, but she should be a champion. She should be a champion in the same vein as Jade Cargill was. They put her with Penelope Ford, made them a tag team. I like Penelope Ford, but I don't want to see Megan Bayne pigeonholed to being in a straight tag team because she has Penelope Ford. They want to build this women's tag team division. Megan Bayne should be a single star, and she should be a world champion at the very least by now.
Bro, after all this time, she's done nothing in AEW. If this was the reverse and she was in WWE, bro, she would have been fast-tracked to the main roster.
She should be. They book, the thing is, I don't get is they book her strong. They do book her strong. They protect her and very well.
To an extent, they do, yeah.
Yeah, they do. So, I mean, they should just put a title on her. The presence when she comes out, oh shit, Megan Bayne's here. You know what I'm saying? They give her that aura, but they just won't crown her. I mean, she's been champion like once, but she's lost it. I mean, she's the one. She's literally your Jade Cargill replacement, but a much better wrestler.
Yes.
So I don't understand why they just don't run with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it.
Where's Mercedes? Apparently Mercedes is going to be collecting more than just belts when she comes back. So that means she's going to be taking souls when she comes back.
She the Undertaker now?
She's going to be the new Undertaker, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she's going to be a zombie Mercedes Moné.
Shang Tsung?
I guess so. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But moving on, Kyle Fletcher was earlier in the night backstage with Renee, and at his request wanted to speak to Kazuchika Okada. And this was about the screwdriver at World's End. So glad that they finally remembered that spot happened a month ago. So they finally got back to that. And Okada talks about using the screwdriver at the World's End match against Takeshita. And he took it before Fletcher could use it in his match with Moxley. He used it because he wanted to face Fletcher in the finals and he wanted to win. So he wanted to wrestle Fletcher in the finals so that the title could remain in the Don Callis family. So he's apologetic and sorry that he took the screwdriver from Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher says it takes a big man to admit your faults, and I accept your apology. They both shake hands, and Fletcher walks off. So we come to this segment now after the Stat and Thekla match. And apparently, Don Callis was backstage, and he's with Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita. And he's talking about bringing gold home to daddy. Andrade has already made his intentions known about going after the AEW World title. Don Callis told Takeshita to take Fletcher's lead and to forgive Okada. Takeshita wasn't aware that Fletcher accepted Okada's apology. Now, if you look up Fletcher's name in the dictionary, says Don Callis, you'll find that TNT is right next to his name because he's synonymous with the TNT title. And he wants him to bring the title back home to the family, whether it's Briscoe or Ciampa, he says. Callis says he's going to enjoy a martini while Davis and Doyle bring home the tag team titles and walks off. Takeshita then turns to Kyle Fletcher and asked, "Did you really forgive Okada?" Fletcher tried to explain, and Takeshita walked off looking disappointed that Fletcher accepted Okada's apology. So it looks like we're continuing this story, Jesse, after 3 or 4 weeks now coming out of World's End. And it looks like we still are on track for Takeshita and Okada. How we get there and when is another question, but at least they forwarded the story tonight a little bit.
We already got that, though.
Yeah, it was in the Continental Classic, though. They're eventually going to wrestle again because I think Takeshita may or may not get kicked out of the Don Callis family.
I'm a little bit less interested in it now. Now that
me too. Yes, I mean, that's the problem.
The first time we got it, it's done. It's great. Now, what next for a title? Maybe make me care about it. Tell me a story. Tell me a story. And they are. And in their defense in that line, they are telling a story with Okada and Takeshita. They are. I just want to care about the story, though.
Well, the story is Takeshita will not apologize to Okada and he will disobey Don Callis. So goodbye.
Sounds like some high school bullshit drama.
Yes. It sounds like it sounds very, very fourth grade.
Petty.
But
very petty.
Yeah. Well, that's the latest there. We got a video package with Ricochet and Jungle Jack Perry. They have a match next week for the international national title. When they go to Ricochet in a video vignette promo earlier in the day that was filmed, he said they were going to hear from Jack Perry, but there was a change of plans. Apparently, Perry was shown trying to fight off the gates of agony, but got beat up severely as a result, and he was put through a table with their finish. And Ricochet basically did, aha!
Uh-huh.
That's my reaction when I watch the show every week. FTR. They defended the tag team titles against Davis and Doyle, Jesse. What'd you think of this one?
I like how they brought in Davis and Doyle and just set them loose. House on fire type deal, I'll give them this much. And again, I'm trying to start with the things that I did see that I did like. I can appreciate how they brought them in and they didn't just immediately back burner them, which is what I thought was going to happen. So they did bring them in. They did put them into, interesting stuff in the tag division right away, which is fine. They're both good. Doyle better than Davis, but they're fine together. It's fine. Now, where they go from here, I don't know. I'm told in the chat that that Doyle was hurt. I hope that's not true. I don't know. I've heard nothing about it yet. We shall see. But at the end of the day, man, to be honest with you, other than in-ring work, I want more from these guys. Because character-wise, it's just not there. Maybe they don't have it. Maybe they need a manager.
Bro, who are they?
That's what I mean. I don't have much from them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know of them, but that's not enough. They need to be presented. Maybe they need a manager. And then please don't put them in a Don Callis family.
Well, I mean, they brought these guys in. Davis has been lost without Fletcher. They brought in fucking Jake something. Now he's Jake Doyle, which is his real name. And they just threw them into the Don Callis family. And creative didn't give you a reason to fucking know who they are or care about why they even team together. Why are they teaming together? How do they know each other? What's their backstory? Do they have any history at all with each other? Or do they or are they just two big bruisers that they decided to pair together because they look the same?
Yeah. No vignettes, no promos, no. And I think that is the lingering, revolving, reoccurring problem in AEW is failure to do things to get these guys to connect with your viewing audience. That's who you need your viewing audience. You can connect to the audience in attendance by just being there. Most of those people are half drunk off of $15 beers, and they're just happy to be hanging out, and they're going to cheer and everything else. But for those of us sitting at home watching the show, why do I care? Look at me at the hard cam, record a promo, do a vignette, and tell me why I need to see this guy wrestle. I need to see this fucking guy. What's his name? I don't know. Jake fucking something. I don't know.
Jake something.
Jake something. But I want to see. These guys remind me of the say the War Raiders. Okay, before the War Raiders debuted, they had their promo packages, and they were just just the way it was shot and everything else. Like, ooh, these guys look like they're fucking killers. You know what I'm saying? And they had Sarah Logan with them. They were an interesting tag team. Had a nice little gimmick. These guys, these big, huge dudes can fucking work as a tandem. They can fly around. It's interesting. Something like that would benefit them. Maybe give them a nice female manager that can cut some promos for them. Something to help get them over. They're not great to look at. Give me somebody hot that can speak for them. Just some idea. Float some different fucking things out. Put on these black shorts. Get out there. Join Don Callis, and good luck, guys.
Well, apparently, while you were talking, I was looking up to see exactly what happened here. Apparently, he tore his bicep, and it happened in the match tonight with FTR, where he got spiked by Dax with a DDT on the apron.
Oh, geez.
So he tore his bicep. That's an easy 4 to 6 month recovery.
Okay, well, we can stop talking about that for right now.
I don't know. That's just I genuinely feel bad for Mark Davis.
Can't catch a break.
Can't catch a break.
Feel bad for fucking Jake Doyle.
Well, he just got here. He's already injured.
Yeah.
Maybe if we stopped dropping fucking people on the apron, we wouldn't have these types of situations every fucking week. I've never seen more people dropped on an apron than I have in the last 2 years, man. It's ridiculous. It genuinely is. So, FTR won here. After that DDT spot, it took Doyle out of the match, apparently, for the rest of the match. So, Davis took out Wheeler, went up with Harwood, who slid out, crotched Davis at an avalanche back suplex, and Wheeler flew off the top rope for power and glory. So, Dax was bleeding from what? I don't know. Davis sent Wheeler outside before they could try Shatter Machine. He sank in a sleeper on Harwood, who flailed around before fading. Death Riders all of a sudden appear at ringside. Danny Garcia took referee Paul Turner and the attention away from the match as John Moxley clocked Davis with the Continental title. Davis ate Shatter Machine, and FTR retained the titles. Post-match, Stokely said he said it many times. He loves the Death Riders before scurrying away in his wheelchair, celebrating on the ramp with FTR with their tag team championships. So I guess because of the attack earlier from Davis and Doyle on the Death Riders, this was their way of getting revenge on the Don Callis family by having them lose. The only thing is, Doyle is now out 6 months with a torn bicep, and the Death Riders have nothing to worry about as far as Davis and Doyle, Jesse.
Yeah. Sucks.
Oh, God, what a mess. What a mess.
Now what do you do? They
I don't know. I don't know.
They just won.
Are the Death Riders baby faces? I'm still wondering. They're attacking the Don Callis family, helping the Don Callis family lose the match, helping FTR, two heel teams. Are they baby face? Who am I supposed to cheer for here?
Yeah,
John Moxley, because he's having great wrestling exhibitions out there every week. We'll cheer for John Moxley.
I don't know. I want to boo and cheer the right people, and I don't know what to do.
Dax Harwood, Jesse, has not come back to Twitter. He's still deactivated.
I don't blame him.
It's a lot quieter without him, huh?
I don't blame him, man. I mean, it's a cesspool, and I'm done taking part in that shit. I'll post the things I need to post to put my stuff out, and I'm closing the app, man. It's not worth my headache and time. It's just not worth it.
No, it never is.
What little Jimmy from Wyoming somewhere, what he has to say about what I say or do has no consequence on me. I don't give a shit. You know.
Renee, she's backstage with Orange Cassidy, talked about his feud with Wheeler Useless and said he's unrecognizable than he was 5 years ago, that dumb bushy beard. All of a sudden, Wheeler Yuta walks in. Marina walks in and grabs Cassidy by the hair as Timeless Tony Storm comes on in and told Marina to unhand him. Shafir is getting in Tony's face. She asks Tony, do you want more milk? Or does your girlfriend want more flowers? Tony told her to piss off, as when her and Citrus Boy meet them again, they'll be in some deep shit. Security separated them, and Renee was there standing like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? And I'm assuming that we're going to get another random mixed tag team match here, Jesse, with Marina and Yuta against Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm.
Is Tony Storm in the conglomeration now?
By the looks of it, she is, yes.
I think she is. That's
a downgrade,
weird.
huh?
I mean, I don't know what the downfall of Tony Storm has been insane. And I feel like that is because of the women's tag team division. They downgraded her and put her with Mina just so they can put her in the women's tag division. And the one thing I will say is that she was on top for a very long time. So I understand, you can't stay the course forever. But this is not as entertaining as it was when she was world champion.
No.
Not at all.
We're going into Brisbane and Sydney for AEW Grand Slam. They got Grand Slam and then AEW House Rules Valentine's Day weekend. I would be shocked if Tony Storm is not in something pretty big down there. Being that they're down there and she is their biggest Australian star in the company, right?
There you go, man. And where's Jamie Hayter?
She's in a tag team now with Alex Windsor.
Where, ROH?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Jamie Hayter's now in a tag team with Alex Windsor, bro.
And what about this? I will say this, and I will say this, and again, the one thing I do like, and the one thing I do appreciate, and something that I do think AEW is doing very well, is booking Marina Shafir. So far, so good.
Let's be real, bro. As a character, she's fine. As a performer in the ring, she's awful.
If you let me finish my words, all right. I would like to see her in less wrestling matches, for sure. For absolute sure. I would like to see her in less wrestling matches and more character work, but the aura that they give her and the way they use her and the way they present her, it's benefited her well, because she is much, not just more palatable. I mean, she's a lot more believable in the role that they're doing with her right now. So I do like it, but I would like to see her in less straight up wrestling matches, because she's not on par with the women you're putting her in the ring with, and they're exposing her.
I agree. 100%. I'll give you one guess, bro. They actually have named Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor's new tag team. Can you take a guess at what it is?
Oh no. So let's see. So by their standards, let me see. Let's see. Is it Hayter?
No, I would have guessed Mystery Machine, but no. Apparently, their name is the Brawling Birds.
Okay. Okay, whatever. I'll take that. And I'll tell you why I take that. I have to, because I complained about them just lazily merging two names together to make the tag team name, and they didn't do that here. So I'm just gonna shut up and take that. I'll take it. Not gonna. And it's still better than the swirl. and it's still better than the swirl. So. And where is the swirl, by the way? Oh, they're on ROH.
Where are they, man? There's a Carvel on Main Street by the house, man. I could go get some swirl over there, man.
ROH, man. There you go.
The Rolling Birds.
Rolling Birds. I gotta take it. I have to take it because they didn't do what I got tired of them doing. And if I still complain about that, then what do I look like? You know? Nope. Rolling Birds. All right, take it. That'll work. It's fine.
Oh God.
It's not. It's not terrible. It's fine. It's fine.
Triple M is saying, clip that. Clip that.
Fine.
This show is awful, chat. This show is awful, man. What do you want me to do? I gotta entertain myself somehow. Swerve and Andrade El Idolo in the main event. I mean, two great pro wrestlers here. Honestly, the big thing about this, I want to know who this mystery woman is, bro. You see this mystery woman on the outside that Andrade's taking selfies with?
What if they get Lyra Valkyria in AEW?
Ah!
They can put her with them.
Yes. Yes, Bird Lady.
She can lead them. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't know who she was. She's hot. Very nice.
I know who she is. I did some research.
Who is she?
Apparently, she's an independent professional wrestler, a cosplayer, and streamer by the name of Sophia Sivan. She's from Florida.
She Hispanic?
I think she is.
Really?
I think she is, yeah.
Because, bro, if she got the gift of gab, man, that could be a job for her.
By the looks of it, Jesse, if you go to her Instagram, Andrade is upgrading big time over the Android.
Oh, okay. Now look, if she's got the gift of gab, man, there's a. I know we joke around and shit like that, but there's a legitimate use for her if she can speak for him, man.
Well, sure. I mean, but he's in the Don Callis family.
Does Zelina Vega get him out of there? I'm tired of the fucking Don Callis family. Jesus Christ, man. Everybody's in the Don Callis family. I'm in the Don Callis. Hey, I'm in the Don Callis family right now.
I'm in the Don Callis family. Shout out, Mark.
I'm in the Don Callis family.
You got compute.
Let me see. Hold on.
AEW Dynamite. My internal memory has malfunctioned.
There we go. Right there.
Ron.
Right there. Chat's in the Don Callis family. It's a fit. I just put it right. It's right there. Hitting it. To the top. Chat's in the Don Callis family. Everybody's in the Don Callis family.
Who? What was the question?
Get him out of the Don Callis family.
What was the question, though, that you typed in?
It wasn't a question. I just put, oh, wait. You're all in the Don Callis family. Right there. Right there. Right above 10 May. There you go.
Everybody's in the Don Callis family.
Everybody in. Everybody. Bro, just so... I don't know who this lady is. I don't know if it's a possibility. I don't know if she has the gift of gab, but if she does, she could be to him what Zelina Vega was when he was in NXT. He could use a character like that and not just throw him in the goddamn Don Callis family. Someone that can speak for him. Someone who can come out, be attractive, talk for him while he kicks ass. Bingo. Done and done. They want to make out on the side of the ring too. Have at it. I don't give a shit, man. But do something different.
All right. Well, this woman, Sophia Sivan, was on the outside. She took another selfie with Andrade. She did the same thing on Collision. And she kissed a piece of paper with her number on it, and he put it in his pocket.
Ooh. Did I call it? What the fuck is that going on?
I mean, I would have already called it, but hopefully he does.
Call the lipstick? Bitch, give me your fucking IG. What are you doing? Oh.
So Andrade in the picture-in-picture hits a tornado to the outside. Andrade tried his moonsault off the top. Strickland moved. Andrade did the standing moonsault. You know that spot that he usually does. Excellent. Andrade tried to charge at Strickland in the corner, but Swerve caught him and delivered a hard Death Valley driver on the apron to take control. Here's another apron spot. Don't know why we do it every week multiple times, but that's AEW. Strickland brought Andrade up on the barricade, and this did not look good. I mean, I don't know why we do this shit. Andrade avoided a pile driver and backdropped Swerve on the barricade. Now, I hope it's padded, but even if it is padded, he hit the barricade really fucking hard. So Andrade crotched himself at the same time, and Don Callis pointed this out. Both men struggled to get back in the ring, and they got back in at a 9. So we got Andrade. He cut Swerve off in the corner. He managed an avalanche poison Rana. Swerve is in position for Andrade to hit the knees, the Meteora in the corner, but he gets out of it. DDT that spikes Swerve. He got a shoulder up. Swerve is still alive. Andrade went for another spinning back elbow. Strickland blocked that. He tried big pressure. Andrade rolled out. Swerve hit the house call. Andrade grabbed Aubrey Edwards as Swerve went for big pressure again, allowing him to the low blow, and he got the win. Excalibur said Andrade is within striking distance of the AEW World Championship, and I'm shocked that Andrade beat Swerve here, Jesse. Are you surprised as I am that Andrade got the win over Swerve? They did kind of telegraph it, saying that, well, he's been undefeated since he's returned to AEW, so I'm assuming that he'll lose to Kenny Omega next week.
I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised. So I'm not surprised because this was the right decision to make. This was the right call.
Yeah.
A Swerve for loss right here was not going to bother him at all. Andrade needs to keep his momentum up since he's cutting back. But I am surprised because I figured they would have fumbled this one and have Swerve win. But
yeah,
they didn't. This was the right call to make. Andrade won. It was a fantastic match. So no complaints on this one. I did like this one. It was a good call.
Post-match, Renee is backstage with MJF asking his thoughts on his match next week with Brody King, which, by the way, should not be happening. If that oversized bag of milk with Sharpie written all over him, I laughed.
Oh, my.
Thinks he has a shot. He's got another thing coming. Kenny Omega walks in and says, one more week, Max. One more win, and he'll see MJF for the world title at Revolution. Omega offers a handshake. MJF walks away. He then walks away and bumps into Andrade, who says he wants the world title. Couldn't hear him other than that, but MJF walked away from him. He walked out of the arena into his rental car, but before he got into the car, the door slammed shut because Adam Page slammed it. He stared MJF down. MJF quickly gets into the car and yells to the driver just to drive, leaving Page alone, looking off into the distance as the show comes to an end. What'd you think of all the challengers lined up for him, just kind of eyeing him down as he walks out the building?
I was kind of hoping that Brody King would have been in the truck driving and then turned around and say, "Where to, Max?"
Yeah, sure. Yes.
And then drove away. And,
yeah.
You know. Like I said, I like that they are either they're. I hope they're just trying to keep us guessing on Max's next challenger and not telling us that they're about to be some big, huge, mega multi-man match all for the title. You know, if that were to happen, my hope is that it's like a fatal 4-way or a big mega man match to find out who the number one contender is. I will take that, but I don't want to see MJF go through 4 or 5 guys at one time right now when we don't see a whole bunch of people lined up to be his challenger. That everybody that we know of is right in front of us. So let's keep them all in the same spot and just come up with one number one contender, then move on accordingly. But I do like the fact that they are keeping us not guessing, but letting us all know that he has a whole slew of different challengers, all of them wanting to come for MJF, some of them wanting to go after each other in an effort to get to MJF. So they have a nice little basis and a nice little core for an interesting main event storyline going forward if they keep it up. So that is my hope right now going forward.
So that was Dynamite. A lot not to like, very little to like. Collision on Saturday. Babes of Wrath versus Sisters of Sin for the AEW Tag Team Championships. This came about because the Sisters of Sin didn't interfere in the Thekla Statlander match, and Babes of Wrath promised them a match if they didn't interfere. Mark Briscoe defends the TNT title in an open challenge against Tommaso Ciampa. Darby Allin will go one-on-one with Clark Connors. Why? I don't know. And the Rascals, Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz, will team up, finally, against the Crew, Jesse. Leo Rush and Action Andretti.
Told you. Collision Corner, remember?
Yep.
There you go. It's here. It's time.
Dynamite. Yeah. Dynamite next week. 2-4. MJF vs. Brody King. MJF vs. Brody King, AEW Men's World Title Eliminator. Kenny Omega versus Andrade El Idolo. Ricochet versus Jack Perry for the international title. And the Young Bucks will be back in action as they are now back to their old ways. Are you excited, Jesse? Are you excited?
I can't wait, man.
We'll be here.
I am. Woo.
We'll be here. And we're about to get out of here. Read through your super chats. Thank you guys very much for all your support. If you did enjoy, you know what? Before we do that, let's catch Jesse up on this, because I did pull it up and I didn't talk about it.
What you get?
Well, we'll get into the super chat. Apparently, Tony Khan called out for running an anti-Zionist AEW fan burner account.
Yeah.
So this is coming from Ringside News. They've been all over this story. It's not really new information. They just took what was going on Twitter. So they're not breaking any story here. So they're the ones who have transcribed everything that's going on. So AEW has been the subject of many controversies, obviously. This includes the fact that their fans and staff can sometimes take things a little bit too far. I've felt that. Jesse's felt that. Now we may have another story about that. Nick LoPiccolo, who has worked for Paradigm Talent Agency. He represents CM Punk and Jade Cargill and Drew McIntyre and Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan and so on and so forth, and other Hollywood stars. He's been in the business for about 17, 18 years. He sent out a very direct post yesterday. His X account was back after being suspended for reasons. I can't really figure out why, but he did figure out what was going on with him being harassed and doxxed and his daughter being harassed on social media, and he linked it back to a burner, and he had tagged the appropriate NFL Twitter accounts because he believed that he had Tony Khan's burner. So he wanted to really take it to the maximum level here. So he was suspended after he started mentioning the NFL and tagging the NFL accounts on social media. He was banned after that for a 24-hour period. His X account was back yesterday. So he called out what he believes was a Tony Khan burner account and claimed it had inside information, connections, and the same enemies as Tony Khan. This account simply went by the name of Ron. It was at Ron11479281. So LoPiccolo also tied the situation to his own X account getting suspended shortly after he tagged NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. He says this pro-Tony Khan account that posts things that only Tony Khan would know followed BJ Bethel and other Tony Khan conspirators. So BJ Bethel, if you don't know, was the guy that leaked the fake news about them reaching 500,000 every week on Max, fabricated numbers. That's the guy. So he followed TK bot armies, is Muslim, anti-trans, anti-Jade Cargill, and anti all of the same people as TK. Immediately mass deleted his posts and locked his account down after I tagged NFL Commish Roger Goodell on Sunday night. That must have hit too close to home because obvious burner at Ron11479281 reported my X account to get suspended less than 15 minutes after I tagged the NFL Commissioner and I connected all the dots. But this guy has inside knowledge if I got fired from Paradigm 12 days ago as an anti-Zionist burner obsessed with pro wrestling and AEW with close connections to Hollywood. Sorry, Tony, the VPN will not save you. So this isn't the first time. Yeah, Jesse, I'm sorry, again.
Why is it against the rule? Why is it illegal to tag the NFL?
Well, I mean, Tony Khan's behavior is unbecoming of an owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, my point. What was he saying to the?
He didn't say anything. He just tagged the account. He didn't say anything else. He didn't say anything negatively, defamatory, nothing. He just tagged the account. Jesse got StreamYarded. We got to bring him back. We got to bring him back. He'll come on in. StreamYard, there he is. Stay in studio, you fucking piece of shit, StreamYard. Jesse will figure it out. Do. There he is. Where is he? Come on, bro. There he is. You got StreamYarded, bro.
I got StreamYarded.
That's all right.
Okay. All right.
So he just tagged the NFL commission on X, and that's it. He didn't say anything else besides that.
So why did he get suspended for that? Why did this account get suspended?
Bro, because Tony owns the media, man.
Well, okay. What would be, hey, Tony Khan, I'm Tony Khan. Hey, you got to suspend this guy. Why?
Yes.
Because he tagged the NFL.
Yes. He doesn't need, bro, Tony Khan don't need a reason. Tony Khan has bought and paid for the wrestling media. So he owns an analytic company. I guarantee you, man, I look at my shit on X during Dynamite, bro, and I use the hashtag AEW Dynamite. None of it trends. I'm one of the biggest accounts that talks about this weekly shit every week. And I'm not in any of the tweets, bro. I guarantee you Tony's blacklisted me on social media talking about AEW.
All right. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out under what circumstance, issue, or what reasoning would he give?
He don't need one.
So he owns Twitter now. It's him and Musk. I mean,
bro,
that's it.
Bro, he's a powerful billionaire. Of course they're gonna fucking cater to him. He wants something done, he's gonna get it done.
All right. So he tagged the NFL.
Yep.
Suspended.
He got suspended. This isn't the first time someone affiliated with AEW has been accused of running a sock puppet account on X. Aubrey Edwards was called out in the past for filing DMCA claims under a fake burner name. And AEW honestly still does that today. They don't want none of their clips third hand floating around on social media. You can only get their clips from an official AEW account, which is ridiculous to me because fans like that are just spreading your content around and you should want people sharing your content. But yeah. Aubrey Edwards was tasked by Tony Khan to take this shit down because people would clip something that they don't really want floating around out there. So when you see something that you shouldn't really be sharing on social media and they take it down, you know why. So that's what she was accused of. Now, Nick LoPiccolo sent out another post to let everyone know that his account has been deleted. This Ron account. He also asked fans to post screenshots of these tweets. Tony Khan has not responded to this accusation of running a fake account. This is not the first time Nick has aimed directly at AEW and Tony Khan online. This is just the first chapter of what is becoming a trend on social media. He's been the victim of accounts attacking him, attempting to spread damaging claims about him, forcing him to lose his job. Nick apparently left Paradigm on his own accord, and he is now a freelancer, but maintains all of his WWE clients and all his talent clients. And Paradigm is helping him transition into the next phase of his career. So he also claimed Tony Khan retaliated against him after he criticized AEW's TV deal with Warner Brothers Discovery and has basically debunked the 500,000 weekly on Max by BJ Bethel because Nick did go at BJ on social media, and justifiably so because BJ's a fucking liar. So Nick also said that AEW was linked to a harassment campaign aimed at his 5-year-old daughter, and apparently there was doxing and there was death threats, and apparently, Jesse, this is the kicker, the AEW sickos in this account that Tony Khan obviously ran here, they went and found a Nick LoPiccolo in California, but it wasn't the Nick LoPiccolo, who's the talent agent for WWE and some WWE stars and Hollywood stars. Apparently, the other Nick LoPiccolo was accused of sexual abuse and something as far as I don't know what else it was. It was not good, and child abuse or something like that. And they got the wrong guy, so they put it out on social media and got this police record of the wrong Nick LoPiccolo, somebody with the same name, and they blamed him and they accused him of being this guy, which kind of snowballed this entire thing. They had the wrong guy all along. It was a completely different Nick LoPiccolo. It wasn't, the guy that manages WWE talent. So this is how it all started. So they tried to get this guy fired by filing a fake police claim that he abused his child and abused his wife.
Bro, we're talking about fucking Twitter here.
Yes.
What are we doing as a people right now?
This account went back 3 years, bro. And this account has conversed with Dave Meltzer. I mean, it's all over social media. This account has said things about me and losing my gig right now at House of Glory, being on the bench for House of Glory. Who knows that? Who knows that?
Have you managed to track down everything that he said about you on that account before he shut it down?
Well, that one I have a screenshot, yeah.
That one you don't have any other ones?
No.
Wow. And no reply from TK on this.
No reply from TK, no.
Yeah, he sounds pretty guilty on this one, man.
And then after all this tweet that came out here that Nick put out, this account and other accounts were deleted instantly.
Yeah.
Vanished off social media, bro, after this tweet that he sent out.
Yeah, that sounds kind of sus, bro. Man, why, bro? Why the fuck is it that important? You are a billion. I feel like you won. You're a billionaire with your own wrestling company. You won. Why do you have to go through all of this shit to get people to like you?
Why are you going at people who criticize your television show is the thing?
Television show.
Bro, I lost my commentary gig until this fucking AEW partnership is up because they don't want me working with AEW talent because of the bad things I say about their television show. You believe that? Gee, man, now you know the fucking reason why I'm not doing commentary anymore.
Yeah, man.
It has nothing to do with Mercedes. How could it have anything to do with Mercedes if I said nothing but glowing things about Mercedes for the last 10 years? It all has to do with what we talk about creatively about their television show.
Well, you blamed her pretty hardcore, though. I mean, did you apologize for that?
No, when I get the chance to apologize, I will apologize. But it's all Tony Khan. Where do you think it came from? Tony didn't want it, so Mercedes was going to fucking back him.
Yeah, probably. It makes sense. It makes sense, you know. So he really wants to be liked, doesn't he? I don't know.
He wants to be liked. He doesn't want people criticizing his promotion. He bought and paid for the wrestling media. I mean, what more do you need? This is what he does. And he's going to ignore it because he doesn't think it to be a big deal. You know? He had a hand in... Nick didn't lose his job. Nick needed to get out. But he was trying to get this guy fucking canned because of the things he said about AEW. Imagine that, bro. A wrestling promoter looking down on the smallest common denominator, getting people fucking canceled and wanting them to lose their jobs and positions.
A billionaire that is going around and trying to get someone from the media to lose their jobs. Sound like Trump and Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
All over again.
Yeah. So that's the latest there. Tony Khan was exposed, and rightfully so. And will he learn his lesson? Probably not. He will not.
No. Do billionaires ever learn their lesson?
No, they feel like they're invincible. But you know what? We'll be here every single week calling out that not invincible human being who's running this company into the ground. We only want it to be better. And the only way it's going to grow is if he removes himself. Truthfully. But that's the latest. That's the news, guys. Thank you very much. Follow us on social media at JD from NY206. That's Chi-Town Smark. On X. On YouTube. Go and find us. You know where to find me. Hit that subscribe button down below. But go follow Jesse at Chi-Town Smark on YouTube. Live reactions. We may have something coming tomorrow for Rumble predictions and whatnot.
Yeah, man. I'll put something together, bro. We gotta hook that up.
Yeah, we gotta do that in the dungeon this week. We didn't do the dungeon, huh?
Oh, we gotta do the dungeon too, bro.
We gotta do the dungeon. Triple M, we gotta do the dungeon, man. I need my exotic.
So let's, Triple M wants to form a OTS raid team, man. He might be onto something. He might have enough people.
I think so.
The three of us, Rage, Kratos, we might be onto something, man.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's get into these super chats. Leave a comment, hit that thumbs up. Let's get into these so I can hop on Arc Raiders and enjoy the rest of my evening. We will start at the top here, and it's coming from our guy, Michael Krause. $2 super chat. Good Wednesday, JD, Jesse, OTS. Hope all is well. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Nate with a 5. Coming to us from Australia. Oh, my God. No, Ciampa, TK, Ron. Don't fucking drop Ciampa, not to mention already busted to give him the title match. I have Liv Braun to win the Rumble. Braun's not winning the Rumble. I'm going with Roman and Liv.
I'm not going Roman.
No?
No, if Roman wins, that'll be a huge fucking fumble. Well, another fumble by WWE. Roman does not need to win the goddamn Royal Rumble. No. No. Not even here most of the time. No.
Nate also says, hey, Jesse, it's bestiality if you're into toxic spiders?
No, because spiders are not mammals.
There you go.
So meh.
She can spread her toxicity all over me anytime.
Ew, that's disgusting, man. What the hell's wrong with you?
Caden with a 199. Is it too much to ask for good AEW shows? Yes, it is. It absolutely is.
Is what? What was the question?
Is it too much to ask for a good show?
Oh. Ooh.
Mid-range with the 299. Hi, JD. Hi, Jesse. Super chat from Ron000101. Thank you, Tony. Raging Girl again with 62 months. Look at this lady. 62 months. She's been gone for months and still recommitted to the venue. You see that?
Look at that.
Hey, JD, hope all is well. Been a while. I'm sorry I haven't been here. I have my reasons, but I'll continue to support when I can. Rage, you are more than welcome anytime. I'm glad to see you are doing well.
Absolutely.
Base with a 990. I'm sorry?
No, I love you, Rage.
Yes. Based with a 999. Ron Francis Khan didn't do much of interest today. Hope you're well, JD and Mr. Jesse.
Thank you.
Rage leaves a $50 mini bomb and she yells, JD! Thank you, Rage. Tommy Brannigan with 48 months. What's up, JD, Jesse, and OTS family? Hope all is well. This song is a banger. It is. King Don Dinero with a 199. TK will now be referred to as Tony Ron. Bro, he is never going to live that down.
Never.
He's already had people in all of his threads calling out Ron.
Never. And if it's him, and it sounds like it's him, if it's him, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Don't let him live that shit down.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Rage with a 20. Why is Triple H in AEW? Yes.
Yeah.
Champ is a mini Triple H. He's a mini Kratos as well from God of War.
There you go. Now we just need Shawn Michaels and we get over there.
There you go. Nick Williams, 904 with a 44 months. AEW ain't what it used to be, but I do love Ciampa's AEW theme. It's a banger. Well, Mikey Ruckus does a good job, always. Tom Wampa with 31 months. Back in 2016, I feel out of love with wrestling till I saw Omega vs. Okada, and I feel in love again. 10 years later, I'm back to falling out of love again. Well, it's not just you, man. Everybody feels it. It's just very fucking boring and lame and uncreative.
It is.
Devon in the chat says he could be sued for that. He could, and I think Nick is going to try and do that. Honestly.
Only way to hurt a billionaire is in their pockets.
Yurka, it's the only way he'll learn his lesson, too. Yurka with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Yurka. Gold Standard with a 10. If Hangnail, Adam Page, and Twinkle Toes Omega went to WWE, they would face elite competition. It's nice to know that you are part of the cult of Cornette. Gold Standard. Chicago for MBK with a $5 super chat. Don't know how Ciampa will do in AEW, but his entrance is fire. Yeah, it's pretty good. Psycho Killer. I might have to order that hoodie, man. It's a nice looking hoodie.
Yeah, I want Psycho Killer merch right away.
Grants with a 5. Being an Australian, I'm not going to bother paying money to see half-ass live shows that I'm sure AEW doesn't care about. 6 a.m. Rumble start here. Well, I don't envy you there. But Grant, I heard that there's not a single dose of promotion about this show in Australia because they don't televise AEW down there at all.
Then why are they running the show? Then?
I don't know. They think they're international for some reason.
Because they have scout teams. They have the people they go out and they test the waters per se for shit like that. They don't just blindly show up. So there must be a market.
Bodie McBoatface with a 10. I got a better question. Why would anybody compete in the grueling gauntlet of Continental Classic for a nothing title when Brody can just get one eliminator match for a title match? I don't know, man. These are questions that I genuinely don't have an answer to. Chicago with the 2. WWE, AEW, money being raked in, content is crap. AEW's not making any money. Where are they making money? WWE is the only one making money.
They're not profitable.
Bill Voss with a 20. I've seen not a single ad for Grand Slam in Australia, and I live here. Supposed to be a big wrestling mainstream company, can't even advertise to get a great crowd. Instead, they appeal to the sickos instead of us casuals. See? Bill Voss is from Australia, not one fucking piece of advertisement he's seen for AEW.
Wow.
Furious Nation with a $4.99. What's up, JD and Jesse? Happy to see Ciampa, but think TNA was his better bet. Feels like TK will treat him like a new toy and then get bored. Thoughts? That is a huge possibility. That's why I'm concerned. Joker Face with a $1.99. Jesse, who do you think will win the Rumble, men and women's?
I have Braun Breaker for the men, and the women I haven't really thought about too much, man. To be honest with you, Bailey. I got Bailey.
Bailey is going to win the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, man. I got Bay.
All right.
She's never won.
That is true.
Never won.
Furious Nation with a $4.99. Also, I read earlier that WWE trademarked Judas. Perhaps we see Jericho back in WWE with Judas. And how many surprises do we see for each Rumble? I think we see Jericho Saturday. I think we see Paige, Saraya, and that's about it.
How can they trademark Judas? Oh, just the term, not the song. That's Fozzie's song.
No, they just trademarked the term Judas.
The term, okay.
Yeah,
I thought he meant the song. How can he just take somebody else's shit? What do you think?
The chat is telling you Bailey won in 2024, Jess.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was like 2 years ago too. Okay.
Watson with a 44 months. Hey guys, how y'all doing? I swear I only watch AEW when MJF is on TV. I missed the first couple of years of AEW when it was great. Cheers, my brothers. Yeah, it sucks now, bro. There's nothing redeeming about it. It's just more frustrating than anything. Sidro with a 2. File taxes. You filed yours? I know it can be taxing. No, I haven't actually. No.
No, I'm still waiting for. I need a $10.99 from PayPal.
David Rice with a 20. Tony Khan books in seasons. Usually a pay-per-view is a season finale. TK then breaks logic and discards the little storytelling he did do after pay-per-views, i.e. the Death Riders. This is due to constant booking himself into corners. Yes, you are correct. That's a very good assessment of what's going on here. Thank you, David. Appreciate you, brother. Furious Nation with a $4.99 and a $1.99. This will be it. Also, thoughts on Wegovy. I heard a lot of negative stuff about it, as I've heard acid reflux issues over the past month. I am not familiar. I've seen the commercials for it, but all those commercials for those medications, they got like 1,001 side effects. I mean, I wouldn't even fucking risk taking any of that shit. Also, Furious Nation says, my favorite Rumble, 2007. 2008 is close to. My favorite Rumble is 1992.
92, really?
Yeah.
Mine, man, I guess maybe 99. I think 99.
I
mean, oddly enough, the one that Vince McMahon won.
Huh.
But it was just so entertaining, and I didn't see that coming as far as when I thought Austin was going to win.
And David Rice with his predictions here. We'll end with this $5 super chat. Men's Rumble, he's going with LA Knight, and women's, he's going with Jordan Grace.
Nah, Jordan Grace is too soon.
LA Knight winning the Rumble, bro. That's quite the fucking prediction, man. Holy shit.
I don't think they have enough faith in LA Knight.
No.
I just don't think they have that much faith in LA Knight.
No.
And Jordan Grace, she just got here. I don't think they're gonna put her in the main event of WrestleMania right away. It's too soon. I mean, just time-wise, it's too soon. I think she's all the fucking talent in the world and deserves it, but they probably want her to get her feet a little bit wetter than this in WWE before they put her to that podium.
All right, guys, that's all we got. We're about to get out of here. Jesse, any parting words before I fire up the dark horse here?
No, man. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. If you're not subscribed to my channel, do so. If you want to see our previews and predictions for the Royal Rumble.
There you go. Appreciate you guys very much. Riddick, 63 months. Just checking in, bro. Riddick, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. 63 months is a long fucking time. Appreciate you. Guys, I will see you Friday Night Live as we head into this weekend's Royal Rumble. Thumbs up, comment down below, hit the subscribe button, and go check out TNT Last Night to get you guys all caught up. Until then, I will see you right back here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.